Hello and good evening, ladies, gentlemen, and League of Legends players. I am Chris Crewman Newman. Joining me on the desk tonight is MxL, and it is our distinct honor to welcome you to the Season 9 playoffs here in the Style Esports League XStall division. MxL, are you ready?
I am more than ready for these games tonight. Gonna be a fun series, GSVU versus No Good Luck. I believe it's GSVU Silver, actually. Apologies on that. But having seen NGL once before, I'm excited to see what they're gonna pull out tonight.
Yeah, definitely, man. And it's our boy Rare Adam going to be taking the Rift tonight as well, as of course he is on Team No Good Luck. So going to be interested to see what he's bringing to the Rift tonight as well. Yep, definitely the case here. There are actually a number of potential target bans that could come through here from the side of No Good Luck. See them banning away that Victor as well. Of course, notably the Azir still available for Taimakazi,
Yep.
but I think we do expect that to be the third ban here from Red
Yeah. So the big things that I was taking note of when I look at GSVU's accounts, Azir, Victor are basically the two champs that the mid laner plays, so definitely interested to see those both left open thus far for Taimakazi. I think the Azir, like you mentioned, should be the third ban here. Malphite Trundle taken away though from the side, or by the side of GSVU, makes sense to me.
Yeah, absolutely. And why is that? Just for the benefit of our audience, I'm excited.
Oh, I actually had my letters backwards. Don't worry about that. I mean, it seems like a very standard composition for this side of NGL. Euphoria Ranger looks pretty solid on the Trundle, and tank top laner will definitely seem to shut down what Branch looks to do, I believe. Granted, a very notorious AD carry player, so we'll probably tend to lean more towards the carry style top lanes. Leona locked in though for Cookie, and it seems like a solid pick into a lot of what Adam plays.
Yeah, definitely. And, Cookie down there, he does play a fair number of hook champs. Well, Leona, of course, is another very powerful engage option. And it should, it's just generally a strong pick down there in the bottom lane. And, we'll see what Adam decides to answer it with. It looks like it's going to be the Misfortune for now here. So they will, at the very least, deny that Misfortune Leona pairing from Team Silver.
Yeah, it's worth noting as well. The Misfortune Leona, while good together, tends to be a little Leona favored when split apart, just because the second that bullet time gets channeled, Solar Flare comes down right over the top of it, you end up with just an MF who's stuck standing still. The R-cast you have to stand still for. Leona gets a really, really free stun off, shuts down a lot of the damage output from this champ. Rakan as well into Leona. It scares me a little bit, but we'll have to see. Rare Adam, known for the Predator Rakan, so I'm interested to see that come out. And Jinx going to be locked in. Really like this pickup for GVSU.
Yeah, absolutely. It is going to be the Jinx going into the hands of Pumbaa. It's by far his most played, I believe. See if we can find those stats for you guys. Yes, Pumbaa, 224 games on the Jinx, 56% win rate. Very respectable there. So they are going to lock that away for the AD carry. And like you mentioned there, Rare Adam self-counterpicking a little bit with the Rakan there. We are moving fast and furious through these picks here, MxL. The Volibear locked in, and now the Camille getting hovered.
Yeah, really like this Volibear pickup as well. Technically can be flexed between the top jungle. I expect it more to go up into the top lane for GVSU, but it is also a really good denial pick from No Good Luck. Nita the Na and Ranger both do play that champion, so definitely a very strong denial pick. The Camille locked in as well. Nita the Na looks insane on this champion, so very excited to see that. And with the Jax ban, I do expect some top bans coming out from NGL. GVSU probably will be targeting the jungler if I had to guess. Diana, pretty good ban there.
Yep, absolutely. Potentially a Diana flex down into the support position as well. Theoretically, Adam also plays it. But.
With Rakan locked in, I doubt that. I played against a Proto Belt Rakan the other day. It's not that great. Don't play Rakan mid,
Fair
please.
enough. Fair enough. But we are, moving through the bans here. It's Jackson Galio taken away by MxL, focusing towards those solo lanes, perhaps expecting the Volibear to be moving in towards the jungle there. We will just have to wait and see. Waiting on that last ban to come through from GVSU, and it will be the Sejuani banned away from Euphoria.
Yeah, definitely like both of these bans right now, especially with the Volibear taken away. These are 3 of the best junglers for Euphoria Ranger. For the side of No Good Luck, this defaults him to like the Udyr as his next highest from what I was seeing, but Twisted Fate gonna be locked in, so definitely understand this Galio ban a little more. You don't want that global presence to be able to be matched, so really like the pickup. And Poppy gonna be locked in. I'm assuming top lane into Camille, because that is a very fun Poppy matchup.
Absolutely, yeah. It's going to be very strong into the Rakan here as well. Going to be able to deny a lot of what the champion wants to do, kind of dash in, find that engage, get himself back out to safety. Poppy says no to either one or both of those things. So depending on how it gets played out, Breakbone could have a very significant role in these fights. So it's going to be the Orianna for Tamikaze into the Twisted Fate. And now what does Ranger have for us? His team saved him last pick in the draft. What is he going to pull out here?
Yeah, I'm hoping it's something a little spicier than the... oh, okay. I was going to say a little spicier than the Udyr. It is going to be a little bit spicier than the Udyr. Rare Adam just informed us.
Hey.
The draft flow went boom, but it is going to be a Vi locked in as the last pick here. A champion that's got pretty substantial buffs on this patch. Granted, they were intended to just, like, help make her a little more consistent, because everything was running on quarter-second intervals before, but really like the pick. I think it's going to do really well into this composition right now.
Yeah, and, I might have to push back on you a little bit there, actually, MxL. So, funnily enough, I actually was a Vi one trick for quite a while.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it just kind of happened. It's okay, I've come to terms with it, but... just talking about this particular matchup for the Vi. Vi, generally speaking, likes to go against champions that, A, don't have a lot of mobility, so that box at least is checked. But B, she likes to go against champions that are not very tanky. They don't have very many innate defenses, because it's very important for Vi to be able to lock down a single target and ideally just completely burst them out and take them out of the fight with your engage. But when you're going against champions like Volibear, like Leona, like Poppy, all of these guys are so good at frontlining, at standing in front of their carries and denying that engage from ever being effective.
The weak fear the shadows.
Fear controls them. You lose. Inferior constructs. Your emperor shall return.
Potential, I'm trying to think of even how to phrase it. With the Steadfast Presence, you lose out on a lot of that dive potential from 1 or 2 of your characters, but that only lasts for like 3 seconds. Once that field goes down, Jinx is able to use that Q to dive in, use the ultimate, the Seasoned Assist, to try and shut her down as well. Camille can just use the hook shot to get in. You have the Rakan who can use his Grand Entrance to get in. There's a ton of different things that I think MxL will be able to utilize to try and shut down this Jinx in fights.
Well, MxL, your point is well taken. There certainly is a lot of dive on the side of No Good Luck. So they do have, like you were saying, a lot of tools at their disposal to try and go at Pumbaa down here in the bottom lane. And I think that really will be the deciding factor in a lot of these fights. Can No Good Luck successfully use their dive, use their pick to find the enemy carries, or will the front-to-back team fighting of GVSU Silver just kind of run them over?
Yeah, we will have to see how that all plays out. I think very easily you can look at these two compositions and a lot of it's going to hinge on how well Pumbaa is able to position, if this Jinx is able to snowball through the lane phase. Because Leona into Misfortune Rakan can get a lot of work done, especially paired with the Volibear. I'm expecting a lot of action towards the bottom lane. Top feels a little Poppy favored, especially early, but
Yeah.
we'll have to see. I think mid's going to be a little sleeper until the level 6 point.
Most likely, yes. Orianna and Twisted Fate don't do a whole lot, generally speaking, until they can get access to those ultimate abilities. But yeah, definitely bot lane, could be a lane to watch here, especially with this Leona-Rakan matchup. It should be quite Leona favored, but Misfortune, in her own right, can be a little bit of a lane bully, especially in those first few minutes. So I'm very interested to see if one of these bot lanes is able to get an advantage early on.
Yeah, I definitely think this is the pivotal point of this game. Whichever bot lane gets ahead will probably be able to take over the game. The big thing to note as well is while Leona does do fairly well into a mobile AD carries, Misfortune has this magical thing called Strut, which makes her really, really hard to hit with anything. So if Leona's able to ever get on top of her, it should just be a dead Misfortune, but that's still a tall task to ask, even just against something that is as immobile as Misfortune looks on paper. It's just a lot of move speed. It's hard to hit those line skill shots into that.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a nice rhyme there, MxL. The task will be asked of Cookie. We'll see if he's able to get it done down there. It's going to be, very important. It was, remember everybody, it was Leona first picked by the side of GVSU Silver. So they're placing a lot of value on this champion. They're really hoping that he is going to be able to come through and make that first pick work for him down there. But we are about halfway through the spectator delay here, guys. So I think we will be going now to a short break. Game 1 of tonight's best of 3, the opening match of the Season 9 playoffs here in the Style Esports League, will be hitting your TV screens right after this. Welcome to Summoner's Rift, everybody, for game number 1 between GVSU Silver versus Team No Good Luck. We are seeing a pretty conservative openings here, MxL, from both sides, pretty much just going for the 5 points across the board. But, let's talk a little bit about the players on the Rift here tonight, sir. If you had to choose one, who is your player to watch here in this series?
In the series, I feel like it's gonna be pointed towards Rare Atom. I think, especially looking at things like the Rakan in his pocket. He's known for some Rel, some Bard here and there as well. Definitely skewed towards the playmakers, and I'm very biased towards my playmaking supports. I think they're super fun, tend to be very pivotal on how successful a team is. Looking just at this game, though, I mentioned it in draft, it's going to be the Pumbaa show. If this Jinx pops off, it's going to be very hard to shut down going forward.
Yeah, absolutely. And we have an engaged support on both sides, right? Both of these supports are on playmaking champions. So opportunity to create opportunities, if you will, on both sides. As we do see both junglers starting on the bottom side of the map, going to be pathing up towards that top lane. Could be a little bit difficult for Vi to find something up there against the Poppy. I definitely do not think that Vi Camille win that 2v2, as that is a very early flash forced out of Pumbaa's Jinx down here. Nice play by Adam.
Yeah, really respecting the damage coming out of the Misfortune Rakan combo. I think it definitely has the potential to do a decent amount early, but might be a little too respectful. We'll have to see if that's able to be punished by Euphoria Ranger, because like you mentioned, both junglers pathing top. Don't expect too much action as a result of this, but Rare Atom's trying to punish.
Yeah, absolutely. So as a result of getting that summoner spell, we should be seeing, I think, Rinyan and Rare Atom get the push down there in these first couple of levels here. The Misfortune notably did not go for the Arcane Comet. It is to press the attack, so possibly a crit build for Rinyan this game, as opposed to the lethality that has been so popular on MF recently.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a heroic charge into the wall. Knee taking a lot of damage here. He's going to be okay for now, though.
Yeah, I do want to touch on that point you just brought up, the crit Misfortune. I've even seen it with the Comet build. You still spec into like the Kraken Slayer and just try to tank shred. Definitely makes sense against the triple frontline coming out.
Yeah.
Really like that pickup or that decision, and I think Comet doesn't quite give you as much capability to tank shred. And right. I don't think you're outpoking a Leona lane at this point.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. I think it's a good choice for Rinyan in this game. We do see the Volibear moving. He already claimed that topside Scuttle Crab, but now Suku... What do we call this guy? Oh my goodness. Sukurakai? Sukurakai?
Yeah, that's what I've been going with.
That's a tricky one.
Yeah.
Suku is going to be looking for that double crab open. Actually, he's just rotating back down to his crooks. I don't know why he didn't even check that river. Would have been free real estate if he wanted to go for the double crab, but not going to go for it. And it will be actually Adam who spots that crab out and lets his jungler know, hey, there's some gold over here.
Yeah, so this should just be the trade of crabs and the rivers, like you were mentioning, especially with Bodhi and Euphoria Ranger mid-side. There might be a play looking, though.
Here. Oh, there's a red card! Bodhi locked in the wrong card. They decide they're not going to be able to find it. Actually, Flash still committed from Ranger there. Using the Flash on the Vi can be pretty big, as that's a Zenith Blade connecting. Rinyan going to get hit by the Zap as well, but Jinx not going to be in a position to follow up just yet, as a nice steadfast presence from the Poppy prevents that engage from me. And another red card from Bodhi, just going to get that wave shoved in. It was that bot side Scuttle Crab did, and Bodhi getting extremely low here. I didn't even see Suki come in for the flank, but he was able to find it, gets the flash out of Bodhi. Almost the kill. The mid laner will survive for now, as here comes another gank. Vi, Euphoria Ranger, no flash on the Jinx. It's going to be first blood for the side of No Good Luck. And they're looking for Dragon next, possibly.
Yeah, and this is the cost of that Jinx Flash at the level 1. Rare Atom playing it aggressively, forcing that out. And then you see Euphoria Ranger, like I mentioned, paying attention to the bot lane, trying to get something done. Does end up finding a first blood for themselves on this Vi, and this is the snowballing you need to make sure this Jinx stays down early.
Yeah, absolutely. Jinx is a scaling champion. If you can put her far down enough early on, you can nullify her for a very, long amount of time effectively in the game. Not going for the dragon just yet. The side of Euphoria Ranger just opting to continue clearing the jungle for now. Vi is extremely good at taking those early and neutral objectives, and you did just kill the enemy bot laner, but didn't know where Volibear was, so didn't really want to risk it, I suppose.
Yeah, Cookie up there, just resetting in front of Nita the Nah, taking a bit of XP, but yeah, this is still Camille into a tank matchup. Feels pretty fine, even if you can't reliably use that hook shot, as we can clearly see from just the health differential up here.
Yeah, the Cho'Gath are on the queue, really helping me out a lot here and winning out on the trades.
Oh.
He did get that wave shoved in very nicely. He's not going to be able to get any damage down on the turret, but still Breakbone on the back foot in the top lane for now.
Yeah, definitely like seeing this coming out from Nita the Nah as well. Just trying to abuse the Poppy, who can struggle a little bit into a match like
Adam looking for a big play here in mid lane. Tamikaze with a nice side step finds the shockwave. Can he have the rest of the damage? No, not quite. Bodhi survives with the help of Rare Adam's shield there. The battle dance able to keep his mid laner alive, but a nice play from Tamikaze, able to outplay in the 1v2.
Yeah, and this does result in the jungler stealing away the blue buff for the side of GVSU. Just Euphoria Ranger not able to be in the area, Rare Adam not having the ability to respond, TF being too low to come in.
The side of No Good Luck gonna go for something here. Rare Adam's diving in.
Destiny.
Here's Rakan. He's gonna be able to go back out here. Gold card. Gonna lock down Tamikaze. Orianna getting pretty low. Euphoria Ranger looking for the kill, but he's gonna get stunned up here. Bodhi still pressing forward. The wild cards. He's gonna be able to lock it down. And now Leona in some trouble. It's a double kill for the No Good Luck mid laner. Bodhi on the board. And now Volibear on the wrong side of the rift. He's trying to get out of here, but the Predator has been activated. The gold card locked in. Volibear stunned up. The Make It Rain coming down, trying to slow down the bear a little bit more. And Bodhi finds number 3-0 now for the Twisted Fate. Locks in another gold card. And he locks in another kill for the team. Pumbaa gonna be going down here 4-0 for Bodhi.
Yeah, the stacked deck damage just a little too much for Pumbaa to stay alive from, even burning the heal to try and do so. But this does result now in that Cloud Drake going over to the side of No Good Luck. They are coming up huge in this early game, and Jinx being down 0-2 is not what you want to see for GVSU at this point in the game.
Yeah, absolutely right. And also TF 4-0 is
scary.
Little bit of a problem.
Yeah.
For the side of GVSU. I think Bodhi is in an absolutely prime position after that one to really just wreak havoc on his opponents.
Yeah, I mean, we've even seen thus far Rare Adam just abusing that Predator, just making sure that he's everywhere on this map. Nita the Nah, though, up top side.
Speaking of which, there he is. The Poppy W comes out a little bit too late, unfortunately. Does go for the R, but he's not going to get the Rakan out of there. Rare Adam still on the chase. One more engage, one more grand entrance. Should be able to secure the kill. Breakbone, he's flashing out of there. He's trying to stay alive, but there was never any chance of escape as Rare Adam claims it. 6-0. No Good Luck are showing complete dominance here in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, I like the cheeky little attempt there for Breakbone Branch. Man, some of these names are tongue twisters every time I say them. But really like the cheeky attempt to try and get out there. Nita not playing that beautifully, getting the point blank hook shot. No chance for Breakbone to respond with the steadfast presence. Was stunned the entire time that Rare Adam went for the grand entrance as well. Shockwave mid.
Another shockwave. Tamikaze looking for it, but he locks in the gold card. Can TF get away the flash? Gets the shutdown. Tamikaze now puts his team on the board, and that was a very big shutdown for the Orianna. Ni now maybe in some trouble, gonna hook shot over the wall, but here comes the Stormbringer. Suku looking for the kill, but Euphoria Ranger for the counter engage, but Breakbone straight onto the enemy top laner versus the flash over the wall. Camille is going, oh, the super mega death rocket. Pumbaa finds the snipe, and there's nothing Vi can do. Vault Breaker over the wall should be Rift Herald for GVSU.
Yeah, that is a very big kill to go into the pocket of this Jinx. Now, granted, you said snipe. She was sitting mid lane, so not that much of a snipe, not a cross map, but a kill is a kill. You take those any day of the week, and this does kind of put the Jinx back into this game. Tamikaze as well, getting the solo kill mid side, will help out a lot with just basically getting all of GVSU back into this one after a really, really rough first 10 minutes.
Yeah, I might have cast or cursed the side of No Good Luck a little bit. I said they were showing dominance, and then like less than a minute later, 2 of them died. So, my bad, I guess.
Caster diff.
Okay, here comes Rare Adam once again, throwing out that Rakan. He has level 6, but Tamikaze is not really feeling too uncomfortable right now. Bodhi is locking in another gold card, so they're going to be able to retreat, but Rare Adam didn't really find the combo this time around.
Yeah, the quickness, not quite finding its mark onto Tamikaze, saying, I don't want none of that disturbed stuff in my lane. But, yeah, just a very well played disengage from Tamikaze, not even having to burn the shockwave there, just walks on out, trades a little more aggressively back in favor as well, does have the potion advantage mid side, so Bodhi, after starting 4-0, not looking too hot into the Ori matchup.
Yeah, definitely. He is pretty substantially far down in CS as well.
Yep.
So despite those 4 kills, the gold actually is pretty even between those 2 mid laners. Tamikaze continuing to press forward. Actually, the Orianna has 2 levels here as well. Bodhi actually needs to be careful here. There's the shockwave. He's just dead. Tamikaze just one shot solo kill for Tamikaze in the mid lane. And I don't know what Bodhi was doing there, honestly.
Oh, good sidestep from Leona here.
Rare Adam gonna get locked up by the Zenith Blade. Flame Chomper's coming down now. The Vi going for the Assault and Battery, but only onto the Leona. Cookie down to 50%, but Jinx is still untouched in the back line, but there's the Battle Dance. Rare Adam gonna find the knockup. Pumbaa now down to a sliver of HP. One more auto attack will seal the deal, and it's gonna be Misfortune Rinyan who finds it. 2 kills. The bot lane going down, but Tamikaze teleporting in now. It is gonna be the kill going over to Cookie on the Leona. So teleport used by Tamikaze, maybe only setting himself up for his own demise. Underneath the tower, there's nowhere for him to go. This one picked up by Ranger, number 3 for the Vi, and it's No Good Luck back in control.
Yeah, a little over-aggressive from the side of GVSU's bot lane. Just playing forward, thought they got the edge onto Rare Adam, who did miss the grand entrance, but there was a Vi there. There was no vision from GVSU to push forward for that fight. They look to go in, Cookie tries to flash away, but the Cease and Desist already on to the Leona, does secure the kill. Bodhi teleports in, uses the Destiny Gate, and punishes Tamikaze for even teleporting in the first place. Really well played, but...
Okay, Suku's in the pit. He's trying to go for the steal here. Ranger is pretty low. Vi has the potential to get burst out here, but Suku will be the one who falls, I think. Oh my goodness, that was actually really close. It is actually going to be Vi who gets shot down as well in the aftermath by the Super Mega Death Rocket. So a trade of the jugglers, but just barely. That drag was secured by No Good Luck, puts them at 2-0 in Dragons.
Yeah, and while an early Ocean Drake tends to feel really good, we're getting to that point where we're almost at a lane phase. That early Ocean Drake not going to be too impactful. So Pumbaa perfectly fine trading the kill for the Drake. 2 rockets, 2 kills, and now the gold card onto him.
Oh, the Zenith Blade trying to cover for Pumbaa right now, but he's just going to get shot down. The bot lane of GVSU face checking in the jungle when they didn't really have the ability to do so. Now Bodhi almost getting taken out, but he's going to go gold and going to buy a little bit more time. And that is all the time that Rinyan needs to clean up the rest of that one. Double kill for the Misfortune. And that's a flash hit from Suku, but he's going to get stunned up here. Still finds the Thundering Smash onto the mid lane. Are going to be able to trade another kill back. But still, a 3 for 2 in favor of No Good Luck here in the enemy jungle.
Yeah, and I'm not entirely sure what the call there was from GVSU. They're pushing into no vision. They're trying to just rotate towards the mid lane, but this jungle does not belong to you. Sure, you take down Euphoria Ranger. You take down a lot of this dive potential from the side of MxL out, but you don't have the sustainability. If either Rakan shows, if the TF is in the area, it's gonna look really bad. And sure enough, they're both sitting in the bush. They both look to punish, and they both come out doing a ton of work in that fight. Rinyan now, as a result of it, sitting 4-0-6 on the Misfortune, almost has the Lord Dominic's finished. And at that point, this Misfortune is going to pump out damage into the tank line of GVSU.
Yeah, I think I mentioned a little bit earlier on how the side of GVSU had the better front-to-back team fighting comp, but this itemization from Rinyan is actually really, really smart. I'm gonna have to stop myself here. Rare Adam is going for an engaged Pumbaa in a whole lot of
Yeah.
trouble, and actually that is just an execution as Pumbaa gets, put up on the chopping block there and will face the gallows as Rinyan picks up number 5. Hero charge into the wall. Breakbone looking for something here, but all he's going to find is a fist right in his face as the Cho'Gath ultimate will finish him off. It's going to be first brick going over to No Good Luck in the bottom lane, and top lane may be quick to follow here.
Yeah, Tamikaze trying to keep this alive, but Destiny Gate coming in.
There is the shockwave. Very nice knee. That looks pretty funny, but it is going to work out in the end. Euphoria picking up the last hit, but now Bodhi a little bit in no man's land there. Unfortunately, Volibear was in the area to punish, and Suku will be able to make that particular play a 1-for-1. But look at this bot lane tier 2. Pumbaa all by himself down here. He's able to find a little bit of damage onto Rinyan. But now the Ignite has come down. Oh no, Rinyan walked back into tower range. And he gave over a shutdown to Pumbaa's Jinx.
Yeah, you even see that Miaping's coming out onto the minimap from the blue side, just going, why on earth did Rinyan just walk under there? Got a little too greedy. The initial damage that came out, I believe it was a Kraken Slayer auto and then a Q coming out from Rinyan on this Misfortune. Got Jinx down to like 40% HP. The damage looked nuts. Rare Adam goes for the fight, but the sidestep from Pumbaa outside of the bullet time, Rinyan trying to walk in, trying to get the last bit of damage down for the kill, was not able to find it. And now it's looking rough topside as well.
Breakbone Branch will be able to use the charge to get himself to safety. Relative safety.
No.
He's maybe a little bit less safe now, as Rare Adam is very, very fast. But not only is he faster than everybody on the enemy team, he's also a lot faster than everybody on his own team, which means that nobody is going to be around to follow up on that quickness from the Rakan. We are going to have Dragon number 3 spawning onto the Rift in 45 seconds. Would be Infernal Soul Point for the side of No Good Luck if they're able to pick that one up.
Yeah, and I really think that GVSU needs to look to fight this. Try to just get the Poppy into this Drake fight. Both top laners do have the teleport, so potentially could look to just try and stagnate top T1, but I almost want to see Poppy in a flank position, trying to shut down the Jinx early, trying to shut down the Misfortune even early, and just try to get some sort of advantage for GVSU before the Drake spawns.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely need something. They're down 4,000 gold. I don't know if they're favored in the fight. Here comes Volibear diving into the pit, and it's actually looking pretty good. Numbers in favor of GVSU. They're able to pick up a kill onto the enemy jungler, and now Misfortune is zoned out of the fight. Bodhi also on the retreat. Rare Adam going over the wall looking for a battle dance. Now Cookie maybe overextended a little bit. Can they pick up the Leona? No, she's too takey. She's not going to go down. Now it's a 5v4 on the map in favor of Team Silver. Does the side of No Good Luck still want to fight for this? Looks like the answer is no. It will be going for the reset, and the soul stacking will be stopped for now.
Yeah, and I mentioned I wanted to see Poppy look for the flank. Why do that when you can just use the Volibear ultimate, dive in, throw the shockwave on top of it? Tamikaze feeling pretty strong, has the Leandries, has the Sork boots, does a lot of damage right now, so definitely like the call. And we mentioned they had to do something. That was the play, and that did get them to that Infernal Drake. Starting up the Herald, though, feels a little risky. Vi's coming back out on the map, and
they wanted to try and pick this one up before it despawns, but they set themselves up for this big engage. Massive bullet time from Rinyan. Picks up 1 kill already. Oriana is down. It's a massive fight for the side of No Good Luck. They've picked up 3 already. Suku is barely hanging on with a sliver of health. He's trying to escape under this tower, but I don't think it's going to save him. The double up picks up 2 more. Rinyan with a triple kill secures the clean ace for his team, and they're going to be able to get a whole lot more off the back of that one.
Yeah, picking up the Rift Herald as well for Euphoria Ranger. That fight looked like it could have actually swung back to GVSU. The Jinx got a reset, was able to just pump out damage, but by the time the reset came through, the rest of her team had fallen. No flash, no way to stay alive, and Rare Adam and Bodhi just running this poor AD carry down. Still coming out with a kill. You're still scaling into this game as Jinx. It looks a little better than what the early game would have initially told you. But now that's a T2 mid gone. That is a lot of gold in the side of No Good Luck. And they're sitting pretty with this 7,000 gold lead at 20 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. The gold lead just continuing to expand for no good luck here. Just taking more and more control over Summoner's Rift. They're able to take out that mid lane tier 2. Puts them at 4 turrets to 1 now. And they should probably be looking to start playing around Baron, wouldn't you say?
I would like to think. That definitely feels like the way this game is going to trend. We're going to see a lot of action towards this Baron side. We already even see the 2 D-boards coming out from the side of No Good Luck into that top jungle. Granted, one of them not too great in my opinion, looking at the one right outside the base gate, but definitely a lot of focus there. Rare Adam, though, might be caught.
Rare Adam, a little bit too deep maybe. He's popping the quickness. Is going to be able to get himself out of there.
Pumbaa.
Now Knee off on the flank, going to be able to find the kill. No, not quite. Rare Adam go down first, but there's Pumbaa falling as well. 1 for 1. Oh, but now the Camille falls. Now it's the side of GVSU potentially winning the fight. Bodhi going to be taken out here as well. 3 for 1. Or, no, excuse me, just a 2. Oh, yeah, no, yeah, I was right. 3 for 1 in favor of GVSU Silver. They're able to take a team fight win despite the significant gold disadvantage.
Yeah, it's fine. Numbers are hard. I can't speak tonight, so you get a pass with not being able to count. If this Jinx was able to stay alive, potentially could have been the angle for the Baron. And granted, Pumbaa looked dead to rights. There looked like there was no world in which this Jinx was going to be able to stay alive. And somehow, she still died, sure, but able to pump out a lot of damage, able to shred through, I believe it was Need of the Gnaw a little more effectively as well, even though you're at 10 HP Jinx, just hitting, just doing some damage, doing what you can. Didn't stay alive, sure, but was able to guarantee that there were 3 kills traded back for their team.
Yeah, absolutely. And, also props to the rest of Pumbaa's team, to be in position to protect him and to punish, the opponents when they tried to go for that aggressive play. Definitely good looks. That's what the side of GVSU are going to need, right? If they do end up coming out on top in this game, they're going to need to excel in team fighting. They're going to need to make sure that Jinx is kept as safe as possible as Leona gets caught out a little bit.
Yeah, just a little greedy to try and deny that ward. I was gonna mention here as well, Drake spawning here in just about a minute. No Good Luck will definitely be wanting to push for this objective. This could be a potential window. GVSU looks to try and potentially sneak away a Baron. You could see if the entirety of NGL commits.
They're at him over the wall. Going to find the knock-up on a Breakbone. There's the quickness as well. Going to find the charm for the Shockwave. Not going to find anything. The side of No Good Luck, knowing when to disengage there, they are able to dodge away from that ultimate ability from the enemy mid laner. And like you said there, MxL, the dragon is spawning in only 20 short seconds, and it looks like No Good Luck have very firm control over that part of the jungle.
Yeah, this right now is where I'd say if I'm on the side of GVSU, you know they want this third Drake. You know this is what they're looking to do. You just you let them have it. You can't realistically fight them at this point. Try and push for the Baron. Try and stall out that Drake. Potentially even look for some cheeky steal on it, sure. But your way back in could potentially bend this Baron. With all this focus bot, though, it just seems to be going all in favor of NGL.
So here comes the TF teleport. Bodhi has made his way down into the bottom lane. Suku had some vision in the pit briefly. Looks like he still wants to go for it, but he's not going to go in time. It will be secured by the side of No Good Luck. And now Cookie trapped in the Hextech Ultimatum. He is going to get taken out. There is nowhere for the Leona to go. So it will be a dragon with a kill on top as the bullet time almost picks up Breakbone as well. Poppy just barely going to be able to slink away back into the base there. Bodhi continuing to maintain his presence in that bottom lane while the rest of the team rotates up towards the top side jungle.
Yeah, and Rare Adam, I want to not talk about it, but you did just try to flash grand entrance into a steadfast presence. I did witness that. Feels bad. You are a playmaker. That is something that you want to be doing, and honestly, it looked clean, but yeah, Poppy W just too strong against your champ, unfortunately. And now it looks like NGL looking to push the top lane. I want to see them just place wards. There we go. Need of the Gnaw trying to get some vision coverage down. This is the Baron time. We mentioned it about 5 minutes ago as well. Feels like this should be what the focus is for both teams at this point. And I think NGL's playing a little too passively around it. You could just bait out a fight. You could look to just try and force something. Start hitting the Baron, peel off, take the fight. You are so much stronger right now, and you should be able to just kind of flex your muscle around that.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see Rare Adam pressing forward now, trying to clear out this vision. Now moving in towards the mid lane. Got to get that mid lane priority. Very, very important for picking up those neutrals. But it looks like it's just going to be a continued battle for vision for now, as there is some vision currently held by the side of GVSU in the Baron pit. So that is going to get cleared out now by Ranger.
Yeah, and right now there's still a decent amount of defensive vision for the side of GVSU Silver. They're kind of just relaxing. There's a lot of decent defensive wards. Granted, they don't have eyes on the Baron itself, but there's that ward sitting just in the river right outside the pit. Rare Adam should spot it right now.
No, he's going to get distracted. Yeah.
So this Baron is known. It should be seen by GVSU. I believe we're going to take a look. Actually, it's being snuffed right now.
Can they do anything? Oh, yeah, maybe they can't see.
Yeah, Misfortune is just barely sitting outside that range. So they actually just sneak away the Baron for free. And this is a huge spike for NGL.
That is a massive turning point in the game, absolutely. Well, maybe not a turning point, because NGL was already in the lead. But you know what I mean. It was a very significant event.
Ooh, look at
they should be able to... Yeah, he is looking for potential engage here. He's got to be careful. Misfortune still rotating down. Yeah. With this composition that No Good Luck have, it seems kind of like a split push comp, right? They have the Twisted Fate and the Camille, both champs that are very comfortable in the side lane. So MxL, what kind of play do you think they should go for with this Baron buff?
Well, it looks like they want to look for the fight, the hook shot on the wall from Needs to the Knob, but I agree with you. This feels like it should be just a 1-3-1. Keep your MF safe. Try and just keep the push out in the mid. Make sure that there's enough pressure coming in. It looks like they're looking for the fight.
Here comes the Destiny. Rare Adam's looking for the engage. Needs the Not gonna throw out the Hextech ultimatum. They found Pumbaa in the backline. The Jinx is down, and that's all that needs to be said. They're just gonna wipe the floor with the rest of them as the Assault and Battery is gonna seal the deal. It's gonna be No Good Luck taking a convincing win here in game number 1. And I have to imagine that GVSU have to go back to the drawing board here, as this team fighting comp just did not really work out.
Yeah, we mentioned it feels like they should have been playing towards the split for the side of No Good Luck. Doesn't really matter when you are just 13,000 gold ahead. You can take team fights that you probably have no business winning and just dumpster them as a result.
I mean, they found their win condition, right? They picked Jinx off in the back line at the very start of that fight, which was exactly what they needed to do. It's exactly how they needed to play it out. It's exactly what the champions that they drafted were good at, and they played it out very well.
Yeah, and I think the big thing to note about that fight, it looked a little shaky initially, but I really liked the play coming out from the side of Tamikaze. Knew that you were getting hit with that Hextech ultimatum, trying to flash away, trying to make sure this Jinx was able to stay alive, but Bodhi and Rare Adam, the TF for combo coming in, just obliterating Pumbaa before that fight could even start. That was, like you mentioned, the thing that shut that fight down, and just a very, very, very easy cleanup for the rest of No Good Luck after the Jinx was down.
And even all game, you could say that the side of No Good Luck were effective in shutting down Pumbaa. If you look at the damage charts, Jinx actually had second least damage done on her entire team, which is pretty insane.
Yeah.
But it's just a testament to how well the side of No Good Luck played around shutting down that AD carry and not giving him any opportunity to carry the fights.
Part of it definitely speaks to the strength from No Good Luck. Part of it speaks to the fact that Poppy and Volibear both built Divine Sunder, so did a little more damage as a result. I'm not saying it's bad. I think it's still a fine item for both those champs, but damage number is definitely going to be inflated as a result from that front line. But yeah, there were a few really, really good fights for Pumbaa as well. I think if there's a potential for the early game maybe not to go so rough for the side of GVSU, we could have seen a completely different game. Pumbaa was just picking up kills with those rockets in the mid game, felt really, really good, but just was not able to stay alive later on as a result of all that dive.
Absolutely right there, MxL. Yeah, definitely an exciting game 1. Props to No Good Luck for taking the early lead in the series here, 1-0. We'll see if they're able to close it out and make it a quick 2-0. or if the side of GVSU Silver are going to have something to say, if they have some fights still left in them. The second game of our best of 3 is right around the corner. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to our very stylish fans. We are now into the Champion Select phase for game number 2 of our first playoff match of Season 9. Talon, once again, taken off the table by the side of GVSU, and Kane, once again, removed by the side of No Good Luck. It looks like the bans may not change very much here, MxL.
Yeah, Victor Azir tends to make sense when you're playing against someone who plays almost exclusively Victor Azir. Granted, did still look very strong on the Orianna, but this is something I was talking about in between games during our off-air discussion. Misfortune seems to be the pick GVSU's AD carry seems fairly solid on the champion. Really like seeing this takeaway. And No Good Luck might just go to the Jhin. That does look to be the response, and I'm very excited to see this pickup. Okay, maybe Rakan scares me with it.
Very interesting. I mean, Jhin is also a pretty meta pick right now. Of course, Misfortune, I would say, is more like the flavor of the month. But Jhin still has his place here. See what Rare Adam decides to play alongside it. Will it be the Rakan again?
Yeah.
Certainly could be an option, and it looks like he will go for it.
Rakan Jhin is a weird lane, is how I think I want to phrase that. It definitely has, like, on paper, it sounds like it could be pretty solid. You get the quickness, you get the grand entrance into that Jhin W as well, but it always underimpresses me. It always feels a little worse than it looks, and I'm interested to see how that plays. Granted, Rakan into Misfortune is still fairly solid, but now this does leave up the Misfortune-Leona combo, something we were discussing before. If this Jhin ever gets hit with the Solar Flare, first off, I'm expecting him to almost 1000% be running Cleanse as a result, but if he doesn't, or if it's not available, this Misfortune will just shred through a Jhin's health bar.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely think that bot lane is very, very favored for GVSU just based on the champions selected. But we will just have to wait and see how it plays out, as that is the Sejuani that has been locked in for Suku here. And I think I can give you some stats on that Sejuani here, guys. Sejuani is a very interesting pick that I was wondering if we would see tonight. For Suku, unfortunately, the stats are not amazing. 27 games played, only a 33% win rate on the champion. And actually, on the other side for Euphoria, his win rate is actually more than 33% higher, I believe. It's 67% win rate, 69% win rate on the Sejuani. Fewer games played, but I guess we could call that a denial.
Yeah, I mean, definitely helps deny a very, very nice win rate coming out from Euphoria Ranger on the pickup. I always like seeing Sejuani, and there is something to be said about solo queue tank jungles not feeling too amazing right now, but we'll have to see. These bans still mostly checking out. I really like the Twisted Fate ban coming out, however, I think that shuts down a lot of what No Good Luck did last game. However, the Vi's still available. They're not going to R5 at this time around, but they will take it forth into the Sedge. Definitely like that matchup, and we'll have to see what the solo lane responses are going to be from GVSU.
Yeah, I mean, Euphoria Ranger looked pretty comfortable on the Vi in that last game. It definitely did what it needed to do. You know, it helped engage on the targets that needed to be taken out, and they were able to follow up on the Vi engages very effectively with the rest of the team.
Yes.
And just kind of worked out well, as that is the Fiora locked away for Breakbone here. You know, when you see the Sejuani, you want to get those melee solo laners paired up with it, and Fiora definitely fits that description.
Yeah, and it's specifically looking at things that do well into Camille. I love, personally, playing things like the Gwen into it. You get to match the dash. The Sylas is meh, not great, but like still playable. Fiora decimates Camille in this lane. If she ever looks for a hook shot, you stun her for 2 seconds, you get free vital procs, you get to issue the grand challenge, you get to do so much damage to this champion as a result, and the blind rise coming out from GVSU, even more setup for the Sejuani, even more setup for the Leona, the Misfortune. So much damage that this champ is able to do as the game scales in, and the Syndra looks to be the response for No Good Luck as that's locked in as well.
Very interesting. The Orianna was available for Tamikaze if you wanted to go back to it, but decided to go for the Rise this game instead. Like you said, the response with the Syndra there. I imagine Syndra should be favored in the early lane, but do you know much about this mid lane matchup there, MxL?
So it really depends on what the Rise looks to do at level 1. I'm a huge fan of the Rune Prison start. You get the slow, you get to proc 2 autos, proc the phase rush, just run her down with auto attacks. At level 1, Syndra is actually incredibly weak. The Dark Sphere does not do a ton of damage. I'm expecting that if Tamikaze is looking to abuse the mid side, looking to punish Bodhi on this Syndra pick, that's what we're going to see, that's what we're going to look towards, and I'm interested to see if that's what's going to happen. Once we hit that like level 3, level 4 point, Syndra will feel fine for a bit, But once Rise hits his second item, he comes online, he takes over the game, pumps out so much damage onto whoever tries to go anywhere near him.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a little bit interesting. So for the side of GVSU, I feel like they again have a pretty effective team fighting comp, but they do have side lane options this game as well in the Rise and the Fiora. So I think it's really kind of up to them how they want to play it out in those mid and later stages. They seem to have more options than they did, than last game, just going by champion select here. But now that we see the comps fully fleshed out here at MxL, what are your thoughts? Do you prefer one comp over the other? Do you think one of these teams won champ select here in game 2?
I mean, I'm gonna say it, and I know that it will probably go the other way, just because I'm cursed to curse teams when I say that their drafts are better. But I really, really like what GVSU has pulled out. It's a very, very good team fight comp alongside the Fiora, something that has a very strong split presence. You have a very strong lane into the Camille. The Rise does very well into the Syndra, especially early on. Misfortune Leona, I don't really think is at threat of dying to Jhin Rakan in lane, and it's really going to hinge on what Euphoria Ranger is able to do in the early game with this Vi. And if she gets shut down early, Misfortune's going to scale very well. Fiora is a side lane menace, almost as bad as Camille. It's very skill dependent on that riposte timing up in the top side, but the 1-3-1 from the Rise Fiora, you can't really match that. You have the Camille split, but everyone else from the side of No Good Luck's looking to team fight. That's what this comp wants to do. And it scares me with how much single target focus they have. The Jhin, the Vi, the Syndra. Even if Camille shows up to a fight, it's all focusing down one person.
Yeah, absolutely. And they can, the side of GVSU, if it does end up, cursing them, they can blame me. I made you do it. I baited you into it with the question there. But, leaving that aside, I do like what you were saying about the No Good Luck team composition. I definitely agree that, they have a lot of team fighting tools. That's most likely what they're going to be looking for. They don't have as many side lane threats this time around as the side of GVSU does. So they are most likely going to be pressured into looking for those, man advantage fights, possibly around objectives, and to try and get advantages that way. The side of GVSU, I just feel like overall they have more damage on the team this time around. They have only the Leona and the Sejuani for frontline, and they have the Fiora, like you were saying there, in the top lane that is going to be able to scale so effectively alongside that Rise in the mid lane. So yeah, I think GVSU has an extremely balanced, well-rounded composition this time around. And, No Good Luck, they did have the luxury of, they took the victory in game number 1, so they didn't really have to change as much in their draft phase. But, I think they've been left with fewer options this time.
Yeah, I mean, they still take the core 3 picks that they used last time, the Camille, the Vi, the Rakan.
Right.
Misfortune was taken away, sure. The TF was taken away, sure, but it didn't really feel like those champions were what really made No Good Luck's composition come through. I like the point that you made about GVSU having a little more damage, a little more more options, basically, as a team to try and play through the game. Last time around, it felt like if Jinx is just dead, there's no fight for GVSU to win. This time around, you have the damage from the Fiora, the Rise, the Misfortune, all very good with their consistent damage output. No Good Luck, I mentioned it before, very single target focus. They might be able to blow up Misfortune, but then there's a Rise for hitting you. Then there's potentially, if she decides to TP in, the Fiora hitting you. And there's a lot of super easy, super telegraphed CC to riposte. The Cease and Desist, very, very easy to shut down to try and riposte that. Hookshot, super easy. Even the Scatter of the Week's a little harder, but fairly simple. Rakan W, Jhin W, very, very easy to try and counter. So it's very exciting to see what's going to happen this game. Fiora split push. Fiora just as a champion is always super, super fun to watch.
Yeah, I definitely agree. It can be a very flashy champion, and those top lane 1v1s with Fiora are always exciting, for sure. I definitely think we have to keep our eyes. I'm going to be keeping my eyes at least on Rare Adam once again this game on his patented Rakan. He was able to find a lot of good engages last game, and I feel like we have been a little bit down on No Good Luck's champion select here, what they've drafted for this second game. But we should remember that they were able to come out on top very, very convincingly last game with a very similar composition, and in no small part thanks to the work done by Rare Atom and Euphoria Ranger on those engages. So if they can find those looks again, if they can take out these priority targets in these fights, then they could just make it a 2-0 still. That's still a very real possibility.
The one major difference here is just that Misfortune, notoriously better at dealing area of effect damage than Jin, who everything he does is hitting one person at a time. Bouncing Grenade, I guess, technically can hit 4, but, like, it's realistically hitting one person at a time.
Checks out.
We'll have to see if that's still going to be the case. The big thing to take note of, Rare Atom and Cookie last game, on the same champions as this game, were looking across the map, kept trying to play towards the top lane, trying to get their own top laner some sort of advantage. I'm interested to see if that's going to be the same case this time around, as this time, it feels like this top lane is way more volatile and will be very, very decisive on who takes this game too.
Yeah, absolutely. And not even top lane. I feel like mid lane is also more volatile.
Yes.
Both of these mid laners have set up pre-6. So both of them can set up very, very easily for their jungler to come in and try to make a play, or, like you were saying, for the support to come in to try to make a play as well. So it's going to be really exciting and interesting in these solo lanes. I do expect both of these supports to be playing up towards that top side of the map. Once again, like you were just saying there, MxL. But yeah, I definitely agree. It should be a banger game too.
Yes, for sure. I'm excited to see what happens. Granted, big thing I want to point out before we get into the spectator delay break that we normally do here. Syndra Jhin almost certainly have to run cleanse, I feel. You're against Leona Sedge. That is the most free, most obvious cleanse game I've ever seen. I really hope that at the very least the Jhin does. Syndra might go for the TP to try and match the Rise Room, sure, but Jhin needs cleanse to stay alive in this game.
Well, we will see very, very shortly, as we are going to go to that break that you just mentioned, MxL. But guys, game 2 of our series is right around the corner. You won't want to miss it. More playoff action very soon, right after this. Here we go, everybody. On to Summoner's Rift, game number 2 of tonight's match between GVSU Silver and Team No Good Luck. Looks like we are once again going to go for a very nice, very respectful, conservative opening from both sides. But MxL, let's get your thoughts on some of these runes and summoner spells. Tell me what's drawing your eye.
Yeah, so, big things to take note of. We were discussing a little bit during the load screen. Bodhi opting into the Predator. I actually pretty much agree with this one. I think it's pretty solid. The only other option I would like to see would have been potentially a Phase Rush coming out, but still just something that makes you run fast. I like the idea behind that. You're not really going to be able to kill the Rise in this lane, I don't think, so things like the Electrocute, like the Comet, like the Airy, both of those more for poke. Not really going to be too useful in the lane, won't scale too well either, so definitely like changing it up, trying to get something that might be a little more useful going later. Jhin, Rinyan, running the Dark Harvest, not a huge fan of this when you're looking at something like the Rise, Sejuani, and Leona, 3 champs that just have a ton of HP, going to be very hard to actually proc that on. Now also running the coup de grace, not running the cut down, so hoping to just really double down on that Dark Harvest damage as opposed to shutting down any sort of front line on this Jhin pick.
Yeah, absolutely the case here. And I do think the Predator choice on Bodhi definitely deserves a mention as he gets locked up by the Rune Prison here in mid lane, taking a lot of damage here from Tamikaze's Rise. Tamikaze also taking some return damage from the minion wave that he's standing in right there. As Breakbone, look for the Vital flashing in. One more auto, gonna be able to find it, and there it is. Knee going down for first blood. That volatile Fiora Camille top lane matchup already bearing fruit here. And why does it say 2-0 at the top?
Oh, you have a bug. Oh boy, yeah. That's one of the many, many spectator bugs right now. So everything at the top will be doubled. Your gold, your scorer.
Okay.
Have fun with that.
Please remind me to not say any numbers for the rest of this game.
Well, we learned last game you can't count, so I was going to try and remind you of that anyway. Anyway, top lane.
Yeah, oh, that's a nice Zenith Blade cookie going in. But Rakan has the dash still, so he is right out of there. And both junglers did once again start bot side here, so they are rotating up towards this top lane, which makes a lot more sense this time around, as the top lane is clearly the place to be. There's already been a death up there, and now Euphoria is the first one onto the scene. Breakbone is going to be able to dash himself away, and now will Suku go for the counter gank? Looks like the side of No Good Luck have backed off in time, and Vi is not going to go into the river looking for the Scuttle Crab. She is content with her Krugs, and it looks like Suku will not be able to find anything.
Yeah, this should open up Suku to just taking the bot crab, I feel. You did just see the Vi come top lane, so should be fairly obvious that crab has yet to be taken. Should just be a free walk through mid, potentially look for some pressure on Sabodi Syndra, and just continue through, continue clearing, continue getting your experience lead in the jungle. I do want to touch on top lane, the solo kill at level 2 from Fiora. I mentioned this is a pretty good Fiora lane. I didn't think that it would be a level 2 good lane.
Ooh, Scatter not quite going to find the stun. Now Rare Item flashing in, trying to find that lockdown, but he cannot get it. Sejuani also there for the counter attack. And now she is going to rotate down towards that bot side Scuttle Crab that you were talking about a little bit earlier on there, MxL. Adam is in the river. He is paired up with his jungler. And it looks like Leona actually didn't want to stick around. So Sejuani might actually be denied this crab. Wow, a little bit unfortunate there. Really just needed to see the bot lane for GVSU rotate up into the river there. Really would have helped their jungler out a lot, but they didn't decide to go for it.
Potentially. There's also an argument to be made of just Suku spending a little too much time sitting mid lane looking for a potential kill angle onto Bodhi as opposed to just trying to get the pressure, just trying to get towards that crab faster. So lost out on a lot of time as a result of that. Just a little over-eager, I'll say, to try and really shut down this Syndra early on.
Yeah, definitely. And, I was going to say, I think I got cut off a little bit earlier by the top lane scuffle, but Predator has risen up, on many tier lists. It is once again the priority rune, according to many. And Bodhi taking that one into the mid lane this game, I don't think should be too surprising. You were just saying, you know, at the beginning how you pretty much agreed with that rune choice. I think I do as well. You know, we'll see what he's able to find with it. He's activating it now. Oh, that was actually Rare Adam's Predator, I believe.
Yeah.
It's, yeah, Kamikaze gonna be able to dodge away from that one with some fancy feet.
Oh, I saw a flash, I guess, from Renya in bot lane. That was very quick, unfortunately, from directed camera. But
I didn't even catch it.
yeah, no, very, very smooth moves coming out from this Rise. Just sidestepping through everything. No Scatter of the Weak, no Grand Entrance, nothing is able to land. Never mind. Well, something landed. But Tamikaze playing it very well when there's pressure thrown his way.
Yeah, definitely the case there. Bodhi is still hanging on to his own flash, so he has not been in too much danger yet. As Cookie and Pumbaa have had a lot of bot priority. Rare Adam, he has been spending a lot of time away from lane here, and this Misfortune Leona has just been consistently getting the push. Hasn't really resulted in much of a CS lead. You know, only 5 CS advantage for Pumbaa so far. But still, you know, that is a lot of pressure in the bot lane that is consistently generated by the side of GVSU.
Yeah, Euphoria Ranger looking top here, though. Knee to the knob, probably going to make this look juicy. This could really bring the Camille back into the game.
Yeah, but it's going to come down to the bait here. Oh, that's very nice from Knee. Waits out the riposte from Breakbone. He's going to be able to get out, but no, Breakbone able to find the kill. Generates the healing field as well. Will he be able to survive? No, Euphoria Ranger lands the Vault Breaker and is able to trade one back 1-for-1 in top lane. What's this? Kamikaze's not done. He's looking to make it a 2-for-1. Rise, throwing out the Spell Flux. He's going to be able to land the Rune Prison, and Euphoria Ranger just has no counterplay. One more auto attack seals the deal. Tamikaze picks up his first of the game.
Yeah, Season Desist was available for Euphoria Ranger. Really appreciate not using that ultimate ability. I think that's definitely the right decision, but...
Assault and Batteries, sorry.
No, they changed the name. I know. It used to be. I'm still sad.
What?
Yeah, no, like, hover it. It's Season Desist now. They changed it. With the new stuff. Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Wait, was that in the patch notes?
Nope. Like, yes, but they didn't mention that they changed it. They just showed the new name in the patch notes. They do this all the time. I'm a Morgana player. I love Morgana. They just, like, shadow changed Tormented Soil to Tormented Shadow without, like, mentioning it anywhere. So I was really sad when I found out about that. Yeah, it's really bad. So
it's not a shadow.
I fully it's called a puddle. Like, I fully agree.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Well, we're just gonna have to live with it, I suppose, as Breakbone is looking for the 1v1 in top lane. Knee, who had the Vital on the north side. Oh, that's a flash hit. Breakbone looks for the kill, and he's gonna find it. Nice from Breakbone, able to find another solo kill in top lane.
Yeah, so much pressure shown from Euphoria Ranger topside, and still Fiora coming out 3-1 even after the gank. Very, very, very strong on this champion right now. Going for what looks to be the Gore Drinker build. I'm not necessarily against this. I personally am more of a fan of the Sunderer build, but against such a squishy team, I understand not wanting to opt into that item. Completely makes sense. Cookie, though, might be caught bot lane.
Yeah, Cookie's in some trouble here. He's going to get locked up. He goes for the Zenith Blade to try and re-engage, and now Suku is going in. The bullet time gets a lot of work done. It's a 1-for-1 so far. Euphoria Ranger on the retreat now. Pumbaa on the chase. Throws out the double up. Suku going to land the W as well. Be taking a couple of tower shots. Tamikaze is able to clean this one up underneath the tower. Pursues the kill onto Euphoria, but now Bodhi, is he going to be able to trade one back? Lands the scatter, gets the stun. Tamikaze able to walk it out in the end. Bodhi not going to be able to find the kill. Had flash, decided to hold on to it. Didn't want to chase there by himself. And it looks like it's going to be Dragon picked up in the aftermath as well for the side of GVSU.
Yeah, and Bodhi wanted to look for the stun. Wanted to look for the Unleashed Power into the Scatter of the Weak stun, but
here comes the curtain call. And that is the shutdown going straight over to Rinya, and he's got Pumbaa slowed up now as well. Bodhi looking to land the spells, but Pumbaa is going to stand and fight. And Bodhi did not see that one coming. He will fall. Pumbaa getting locked up now by the Deadly Flourish, throwing out the auto attacks, but he is going to go down. Now Rinian in some trouble. The quickness, trying to peel for his AD carry, but he's not going to be able to do it. Both AD carries fall, and it will be, I believe, a 2 for 2 with the Dragon going over to GVSU.
Yeah, GVSU just playing it very, very well at this point in the game. This Ryze absolutely everywhere on the map. I mentioned not going to be able to see a ton of action in the mid side. I don't think either mid laner had kill threat on the other early, but the Realm Warp top to make sure that Euphoria Ranger doesn't escape after the gank. The walking bot lane to just follow up on the dive coming out from the rest of his team. This Ryze is absolutely everywhere. We saw it from Bodhi on the Twisted Fate last game. This time around, GVSU playing with that cross-map potential.
Yeah, absolutely. Now the global is on the other foot, as it were. Kamikaze making great use of that one so far here in game number 2. As both top lane and bot lane, it just seems like they've been pushing all game in favor of GVSU. They're able to get pressure across the map so far in this one here, MxL.
Yeah, and I mentioned as well, Tamikaze, the ability to go everywhere comes from that potential to push out the Syndra. Turns out Spell Flux into Overload is a very good source of wave clear for a team. Cookie, though, might be getting aggressive.
Zenith Blade going in.
Bullet time.
Cookie gonna lock up this Jhin here, forcing out the flash from Rinian. Rare Adam has nowhere to go. He is just gonna get chased down by Pumbaa here. We got a teleport coming down even for good measure. I guess that's just to cover the play. The side of Tamikaze knew that Bodhi was rotating down here, and he preempted it, but Cookie is going to be the next to fall. Now Pumbaa may be in some trouble. He eats that last shot from the Jhin ultimate, and he's going to get taken out by Euphoria Ranger. Now the Vault Breaker is going to connect onto the Ryze, but the Rune Prison is going to be enough CC for Tamikaze to get out of there. Now Vi in some trouble. Euphoria Ranger doesn't quite have cool cooldown. He looks like he's going to be able to get out of there, but oh, knee. Going for the Hextech ultimatum to try and outplay under tower, but it wasn't enough. Breakbone picks up yet another kill up here in top lane. That top gap is getting a little bit insane here.
Yeah, and I mentioned...
Oh no, Euphoria Ranger just gets caught out by Tamikaze. He gets executed by the Gromp there for the last hit. It's a double kill for Tamikaze and a 1v2 in the enemy jungle. Huge play out of the GVSU mid laner. Look at this. They're dropping Herald in top lane as well. They're going to get first brick here. Rare Adam has nothing to say about this. And it's the side of GVSU. They're looking extremely dominant here in our second game. Adam gonna get stunned up here. Should have the battle dance available, but no, the Glacial Prison. It's gonna lock him up. The W from Sejuani finishes him off. Suku able to get almost a solo kill on the enemy support. He is behind enemy lines now, though. Lands the W for the slow, but is he gonna be able to get out of here? He has a blast cone. He's over the wall. He's out of there, MxL.
Oh my, yeah, I was gonna mention before that fight topside broke out, Nita the Knot with this flashless Camille has to snowball or is at threat of just dying on repeat to this Fiora, and we're seeing it come through now for Breakbone Branch in the top lane. Big thing to note though, Rare Adam going in with the quickness with that grand entrance, didn't really find much, tried to keep the turret alive, it falls anyway, burns the ignite, dies regardless, and to add insult to injury, Suku's able to just waltz on out of the jungle with that blast cone. Very, very, very big plays for GVSU thus far in the game, and that's why they're sitting 14-6, 5k in the lead, and now Bodhi's dead too.
Yeah, he is not looking so good down here. He is pretty fast. I guess he's running the water walking, at least that's what it looks like.
And the Predator, oh, the hookshot missed.
Yeah, Knee is going to be going down here once again for the 5th time. There's just nothing he can do at this point. Fiora is just going to keep cutting him up into little pieces. Yeah. Shouldn't have gone back to lane, honestly.
It's rough, to say the least. This isn't a fun matchup by any means, but also just falling this far behind early. Even the level 2 kill for Breakbone almost feels like it shouldn't have really happened. There didn't seem to be a window for that, but comes through regardless, and Breakbone just taking over in the side lane. We see him pushing down the T2, pushing in for top vision at the moment. Drake spawning in 5 seconds. Somebody's going to have to try and shut down this Fiora, and even if they do, there's no teleports available for No Good Luck. There is the teleport advantage for the Fiora. The Ryze has the Realm Warp as well. The response is all in favor of GVSU right now.
Yeah, honestly, MxL, the more I look at these team comps, who is going to deal with this Fiora?
Exactly.
Like, all of the CC on the side of No Good Luck is so telegraphed. Like, the riposte value is just insane. Like, it's too easy for Breakbone right now.
Yeah, and this was the big thing that I mentioned during the draft. Granted, Fiora showing up to a fight would be a little tricky because you can't repost everything unless they just all overlay their CC, but it's very, very telegraphed. It's very easy to deny, and it's very, very easy for Fiora to just turn a fight around. Rare Adam, though, looking.
Rare Adam flashing in, looking for the big play. He's going to find the quickness onto both, but where's the follow-up? It's nowhere. It's not in time. And here comes the teleport. Breakbone. Fiora is looking for the big play now. That's a lot of CC committed, but it's not enough. It's an absolute bloodbath in bottom lane. 4 kills for GVSU, and they're looking for the Nexus next.
Might be a little early to start calling for the Nexus, but
Fair enough.
7,000 gold in the lead at 16 minutes definitely feels like a tall task to come back from, especially against the scaling from the Fiora, from the Rise. They take the Drake, and that fight looked so bad early on. The Fiora teleporting in, getting instantly CC'd out of everything. I think there was like a solid 5 seconds straight of CC, and somehow Breakbone Branch stays alive through it all. The Gore Drinker heal comes through, the Grand Challenge heal comes through. I think the riposte even landing onto Euphoria Ranger for the stun onto the Vi. Just everything right now going in favor of GVSU, and now they're looking for the mid T1 as well.
I will say, in that fight, Euphoria Ranger actually got off the Assault and Battery and did get that CC down onto the Fiora, but it actually just didn't matter. Like, the riposte came out afterwards, Fiora survived, and they still just absolutely demolished the side of No Good Luck in the fight.
Yeah, and the big thing to note as well, needs to not, had to catch the top wave, was not able to respond. Granted, Tamikaze wasn't in the fight either, was pushing out the mid side, but if there was the potential for that TP from the Camille, it could have potentially turned that fight around. Maybe it still looks rough, but there's a chance that with the numbers advantage, you're able to take it. Granted, the 4-on-4 almost every single time will be benefiting GVSU at the time, for the time being.
Yeah, absolutely right. But on that note there, MxL, the side of No Good Luck, what that means is that they have to find fights where they have more members than their opponents. They have to find, 4v3s, 3v2s, that kind of situation. Because in those even number fights, like you just said, there's almost no chance that they ever come out on top.
Yeah, I mean, this is the pitfall that I mentioned from No Good Luck's composition in the draft. It is all single target focused. You don't want to take full-on 5v5s. You want to take skirmishes. You want to pick people out in the jungle. You want to take one person, take them off the map, and then potentially look to take an objective just off of the sheer number advantage you have. It doesn't look great. Breakbone might be going a little too far, but I don't
Half
think
health on Rare Adam after 2 auto attacks. We're gonna find the hook shot, and there's the knockup as well. Breakbone taking a lot of damage here. He didn't throw out the repulse in time. He's so low. He's burning the flash now. He's trying to stay alive. Now the Glacial Prison gonna be thrown out by Suki. It's actually Bodhi who overextends and does get taken out, and now the rest of his team is gonna try to follow up, but they're just gonna all go down as well. Rare Adam does have a very high number of dashes because he is Rakan, so he is actually going to be able to escape in the end, but both solo laners from No Good Luck will fall, and it looks like we are trying to pick up Herald number 2 on the side of GVSU.
My lord, Breakbone just really does not like Euphoria Ranger, stopping him at the chickens. You mentioned the Herald being started up here, does look to be taken by the side of GVSU, but that fight was so scattered. It looked rough. A very good pick onto the Fiora early. Not quite enough damage coming through to shut her down. Did force the flash out, so that could be a potential window going forward. But Bodhi finds a great stun to cancel the bullet time, then just goes a little too far. Tunnel vision's a little too hard onto the Misfortune. Uses the unleashed power, is not able to find the kill, and goes down as a result, baiting the rest of their team in. And now Herald spawn topside, gonna hit the T2. Should be able to take the turret at the moment, but this is really setting up GVSU to take control of the Baron Pit, take control of the game, especially with Breakbone in the side lane, pushing for that T2 bot side.
Yeah, I think that's exactly where the Fiora needs to be here, off in that bot lane, looking for that objective. It allows the rest of the team to get control over the Baron Pit, like you said. I mean, Adam is actually in the area now, so he is going to be the one to take control, as I guess Breakbone did have to back off the wave there. Not enough vision on his opponents. Didn't know where everybody was. We are playing, it looks like, for that third dragon instead, as Rare Adam going to find the quickness in the mid lane, has the CC on Pumbaa. Pumbaa just has nowhere to go. The Gale Force in means that Rinyan is going to be able to pick up the kill. And now it's a 5v4 for No Good Luck. Dragon spawning in 40 seconds. I also have the bug where champions who die aren't actually dead, and their might will stay on the rift. So I don't know how long until Pumbaa respawns, but it should probably be in time for Dragon, maybe? I don't know.
That's my favorite one for any play by play. Definitely feels rough. 10 seconds left on the respawn timer, so 12-second desync between the spawn of the Misfortune and the Drake, but Rise teleporting down signals they do want to look to fight this regardless. Need to the Nod does have the teleport. Breakbone also has the teleport, but that top T2 is very low, so this should be a very favorable trade either way for GVSU. Feels like they should just be able to basically take whatever they want, especially with Breakbone just running towards the mid lane. They are saying, top lane be damned, we are just going to take over this Drake pit and make sure that we are on this Cloud Soul point.
Yeah, absolutely. And they have taken a decent amount of control here. There are still a couple of control wards remaining for the side of No Good Luck that have not been clear, but it looks like the one in the pit will be focused now, as well as the dragon, as there is no contest at all from the side of No Good Luck. They know that they are not in a position to fight for this one, so they are just going to get some cross-map vision. Rare Adam around the Baron, just dropping some wards over here. Camille trying to get that top wave shoved in, but it's now GVSU's time to rotate up and retake control here. Suku dashing over the wall with the Arctic Assault, going to spot this red buff, and Euphoria attempting to take it out. All of these GVSU members just lying in wait.
Yeah, I mean, Bodhi's still just pushing out the bot lane in the meantime, though, so all this time from GVSU being forced into the top side still ends up with them losing out a little bit. I don't know if the bot T1 falls as a result of this, but
Adam, that's a lot of CC. That's a kill. Cookie picks up the last hit. Tamikaze does so much damage. He's level 14 now on the Rise. I also can't see any items, but he probably has some good items at this point.
Yeah, Everfrost Archangels has hit that 2 item spike I was discussing during the draft as well. And that is the signal to start the Baron. That Rakan is all of the team fight potential from No Good Luck already taken down.
Euphoria is in the pit, but he can't find it. He gets locked up. He is able to flash over the wall. The Glacial Prison is going to lock him up there as Need to the Na. Also going to get caught out here in the jungle. Throws out the Hextech Ultimatum, but I don't think he really has a way out of this one. He is going to get cleaned up by Pumbaa there on the MF. And the structures are just going to fall very quickly now, I have to imagine, on the side of No Good Luck. Bodhi's going to try and defend up here in top lane. Rare Adam diving in now with the quickness, but that didn't really do much. And now the bullet time is going to do a lot more, as Adam is dead.
Yeah, definitely had a flank, but we mentioned the team fight potential from the side of No Good Luck really isn't there. They're clumping up as 5. GVSU rather is clumping up as 5. Right. They're making sure that they have the numbers advantage. If it's 5v5, they are in the lead. They are sitting 13,000 gold ahead of No Good Luck at this point. They are smacking them with the gold stick very effectively, and their comp is designed to do that.
According to my spectator, they're 25,000 gold ahead, actually.
That would honestly be really impressive. That's definitely a tall task to get 1k gold a minute in a 25-minute game as an advantage, but, you know, I could see it. That'd be fun.
Oh, yeah, definitely a possible thing that can happen, for sure. But yeah, it's definitely the side of GVSU in full control at this point. They really don't have too much to be worried about. It's not like the side of No Good Luck has any scaling really to speak of.
Yeah.
So they're pretty much just, you know, they don't really have any answers left, to be honest.
Yeah. This definitely feels like a situation where you're just prepping for game 3, figuring out what went wrong this time around. The only scaling really is on this Camille up. Pumbaa's just in a weird spot, doesn't get punished though.
Yeah, Rare Adam just kind of misses his battle dance there, and Pumbaa's going to be just fine. But yeah, I feel like both games that we've seen so far here tonight in MxL have been pretty one-sided, as that's the Solar Flare coming down, and that's the Arctic Assault in, and that is going to be Bodhi going down. Sejuani picking up the last hit. Bullet time coming out now. A lot of damage down onto Euphoria's Vi. He will be forced to back away as the siege continues here in bot lane. 5v4 on the map. Cloud still spawning in 1 minute. Rise able to lock down Knee there. That's another kill. 5v3. They should be able to take this tower. Remember that top lane inhibitor has already been taken out, so a lot of control here on the map already, as that is a Realm Warp behind the Nexus. Suku, Arctic Assault into the Fountain Laser is going to kind of give one away there, but it is going to be Rare Atom once again going down. Tamikaze on the front line, getting out that damage, throwing out those spells. Now the curtain, it has been called. Tamikaze extremely low, but he's going to be okay for now. He's able to take out the Vi. Euphoria Ranger throws out the cease and desist, but he's not able to finish off that kill onto the enemy mid laner. And now Fiora and Pumbaa on the Misfortune are more than enough to take out the Nexus. Game 2 goes to GVSU, and we're all tied up in the match 1-1.
Yeah, a very dominant showing this time around from GVSU. Just really making it known that that last game, not how they normally play. Granted, this time around, I think their composition was much more well-rounded. They had ways to play the game, even if the AD carry had fallen. They have Tamikaze, who, although he looked really good on the Orianna game 1, was just able to do so much more work on the Rise, and Breakbone had a standout performance on this Fiora. I mentioned the volatility of top lane. 9, 1, and 6. This champion was absolutely unkillable as the game progressed.
Yeah, absolutely. When we say that a top lane matchup is volatile, we're not kidding.
Yeah,
that's pretty volatile. Like you were saying there, 9, 1, and 6. I would not be surprised at all if he had most damage on the team as well.
No, well,
take a quick look here.
Misfortune.
Misfortune things, right?
Yeah,
of course.
But yeah, just a very strong performance from the top lane. Breakbone, like, it can't be understated how, yes, it's a Fiora favored matchup, but not to the level of you just solo killing the Camille at level 2. Like, you get the lane advantage, you get the level advantage, sure. You take the riposte level 2, because if she gets the hook shot, it's a free stun as a result. But the flashless Camille needs to snowball in this lane, or Fiora will just take it over. And we saw it. Breakbone was like, well, Camille doesn't have flash, she's at 10 HP, I'm just going to flash follow, and we are going to make sure that I continue snowballing. The one death coming out, sure, Euphoria Ranger was in a really good spot to respond, but it still was the 1-for-1. The Realm Warp from Tamikaze was there as well. The communication that game was on point from the side of GVSU, and they are pushing us to that third game in this series.
Yeah, absolutely. And MxL, on that note, let me run something by you really quick. So for game number 1, it definitely, as we've touched on already, it definitely felt like a little bit of a draft diff in favor of the side of No Good Luck. You know, the side of GVSU Silver, they just didn't really have very many ways to play out the game. It was all reliant on the Jinx, as we already mentioned. But for that second game, when they had more options, when we felt like both team compositions had solid win conditions, it was very convincing in favor of GVSU Silver. So going into this third game, what are your thoughts in kind of how you expect this to play out? And do you think there should be cause for concern for the side of No Good Luck, given the fact that, you know, in that second game, they were beaten so handily?
The big thing to take note of is the winning team has gotten Misfortune both times. GVSU looks to be on the blue side once again, and Pumbaa looked really, really, really comfortable on the pick. So would not be too surprised to see that picked away again, and that sets you up for a very devastating team fight composition. I think this is what GVSU is going to want to look to do again. And yeah, I mean, No Good Luck, again, just had a very single target focused composition. If that starts falling behind, it's going to look rough regardless. So I think they did play it out pretty well from a point of falling behind, but yeah, I'm very interested to see how this is going to play out in game 3.
Yeah, I think we will probably go to a break before we go into that Game 3 Champ Select. Is that right there, MxL?
Yeah.
Alrighty then. Well, we are going to go ahead and go to that break right now, but don't go anywhere, guys. The exciting conclusion to the first streamed best of 3 of the playoffs here in Season 9 will be right after this short break. Hello again, everyone. We are back here in the Style Esports League for Champion Select for game number 3 of tonight's matchup between GVSU Silver and Team No Good Luck. It looks like we are moving very quickly once again through here. The bands did not change very much, Misfortune. The priority pick of the series once again locked away for first pick. Going to be going into the hands of Pumbaa once again here. But Leona will be separated from it, and Janna now being hovered.
Yeah, no. I would really hope not. I'm the only person who's degenerative enough to play Janna top lane. I would hope so. I don't expect to see that one come through. Jinx Leona, pretty strong lane. We saw it in game 1, not quite go too well for GVSU, who played it into Misfortune Rakan, but Misfortune for GVSU once again looked very strong, and this will be the first time we see Rare Adam on the Leona this time around and see Cookie off of it in this series.
Yeah, the Leona has changed sides, but notably the teams have not.
Yes.
So continuing the trend that we have had for the rest of the series, it's going to be GVSU once again on blue side and No Good luck on red side once again here, as the
Oh
Braum,
my.
which is a very nice counter into the Leona, has been locked in here to pair up with
No.
Misfortune and Fiora for Breakbone once again. Don't do it, Nee. Why would you do that to yourself?
Yeah, game 1, Need to the Now looked pretty comfortable on the Camille, but game 2 just got dumpstered. I like this a lot more. Urgot locked in for the top lane. Oh boy, this is not fun for Fiora.
Okay, Urgot. Let's see. Does Nee have some games on Urgot? I don't see any Urgot stats on the OPGG. So
Yeah.
not really sure about the comfort with this champ, but definitely the matchup is going to look a lot better for Need to the Knot.
Yeah, we saw in game 1 the Sejuani ban instead of the Twisted Fate. Game 2, the Sejuani was picked, the TF was banned by GVSU. This time around, sticking to the Twisted Fate ban, really like that, but it does leave up Euphoria Ranger Sejuani, something that they have not wanted to give this player. The Rise also banned away though from Tamikaze, so we'll have to see what the mid pick is going to be. I'm interested. Might be the Ori again, but I'd like something a little more in the damage department. J4, though, leads me to believe that you're going for the J4 Ori combo.
Yeah, and pairs great with Misfortune as well. Also, worth noting here, the side of No Good Luck are saving their mid lane pick for last. They should be able to get a counter pick there for Bodhi, regardless of what Tamikaze decides to go for. Are still waiting on those last couple of picks to get locked in here.
Yeah, I'm interested. I feel like this is just Orianna. Oh, Corki. Okay, I really like Corki. I think I might have a little bit of a biased take on this champion, but I think this champion's damage output is ridiculous. And the package might be one of the most bonkers abilities in League of Legends. You can just set up team fights at every single Drake fight on repeat. You save the first package for the first Drake fight, potentially for the second, and you just look to abuse every single fight with that package cooldown. You pair it with the Jarvan, you pair it with the Misfortune. There's so much damage, and not to mention, Corki doesn't rely on the package for damage output. He has so much damage coming out from the crit build. 80% of it is just free magic damage. It's absolutely insane. This champion is not balanced, I swear to God. LeBlanc, though, into it always concerns me, because Corki can build fairly defensively and be perfectly fine. So, we'll see.
Yeah, he does have some mobility there as well with the Valkyrie, so potentially can get away from some of those skill shots getting thrown out by Bodhi there in the mid lane. But the LeBlanc, definitely an interesting selection here. I feel like the Sejuani doesn't really have a lot to work with here. The only other melee champion on the team is Leona. So, I mean, Euphoria can, of course, still set things up with the Glacial Prison and with the Arctic Assault and you know, things like that, but definitely not an ideal Sejuani composition.
Yeah, I'm always concerned when I see Sejuani with just the Leona for the melee. Granted, it is a pretty free chain stun. Sejuani lands anything or is anywhere nearby. Leona gets pretty much 3 free autos as a result. The auto Q auto tends to be really strong. You just get 3 autos in quick succession. We see it on wards at level 1. So you can definitely chain stun Shield of Daybreak into the Permafrost, but I am very worried, to say the least. I think also when you're looking at something like a Fiora, Sejuani's super easy to riposte again. The Urgot's a little tricky, because you want to riposte the Disdain, sure, but he has so much damage coming out from that Purge. And his ultimate, you need to riposte that if you want to stay alive up topside.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll see if Breakbone is going to be able to repeat that performance that he had in game number 2. Again, he was 9-1, I believe, was the final score for Breakbone there on that Fiora in that second game. Extremely dominant performance on the champion, and he has been able to secure it for himself once again here for our third and final game of the evening. And just for the benefit of everybody who may not remember, just a quick reminder for you guys, the playoff format here. So the winner of this game, it is double elimination. The winner of this game will continue in the Rumble stage, they will have the opportunity to play the winner of Boomers United versus Madison Esports 4 Cheese Blend. And the loser of this game will be relegated to the knockout stage, where they will have, of course, one more chance to battle their way back towards finals. But there definitely are some very significant stakes here on this match.
Yeah, I mean, with any double elimination bracket, always winning your first round will feel very, very good. The more you can win, the safer you are in a bracket style. So definitely want to see both these teams really play their hearts out this time around. And I think this is really the first series just based off, or the first game in the series just based off the compositions, where the damage and the compositions feel very, very even on paper. And it's really going to come down to how, I think, Rare Atom on the not Echo, the Leona, should play around. I think a lot of this falls onto the Sejuani Leona if you are on the side of No Good Luck, and the J4 Corki if you're on the side of GVSU Silver. I think these are the key players to watch going into this third game of the series.
Yeah, absolutely. MxL, I'm also a little bit curious to hear your take on the side selection for No Good Luck here. Going into game 3, they lost game number 2, of course, but they opted to remain on red side. And yeah, I'm curious what you make of that. If you feel like they got some good value out of that last pick, or what your thoughts are there.
Yeah, I'm a little biased here, but I think red side is just super, super strong almost always, especially if you're looking to play towards a counter pick style. We saw the Fiora was forced to be taken in blue 3, which means that your red 3, as a response, because you see that, you're able to get a very strong top lane matchup into that. If it's on the other side, Fiora taking R3, you get to ban 2 pretty bad matchups for the Fiora, and all of a sudden, it looks a lot harder to deal with. So definitely like this pickup. Also gives you the option for the mid lane counter pick. I don't think that was necessarily utilized perfectly. Again, I think Corki does perfectly fine into LeBlanc, can just stay alive, can even kind of match her push potential. So, it really will depend, again, on how well this Sejuani is able to get off the ground, see if this pick's able to start snowballing. I'm perfectly fine with them taking red for this third game. It definitely makes sense to me.
Okay. Well, we will see. Remember, in that second game, it was actually the side of GVSU. They seemed to have priority in all 3 lanes pretty consistently. Throughout the early and mid game there, they were able to snowball that advantage quite effectively, and were able to close out that second game relatively quickly. I believe that was sub 30 minutes, that second game, or right around there. Because, for this third game, like you were saying there, MxL, these team compositions do seem to be pretty evenly matched. So I definitely agree. It should come down to gameplay.
Yeah, very interested to see how this all plays out. It feels very, very centered around the jungle and supports for both teams, with a little bit of a Corki package thrown in there for a little bit of added spice. I want to see it used at Drake fights. I want to see that red carpet all over the bottom river. And I'm really, really hoping that that's what ends up happening in this game, because it could be very devastating to deal with as a jinx of all things for an AD carry.
MxL's ready to go, guys. He's seeing red. Hope you guys are all ready as well. Game number 3 of tonight's matchup, right around the corner. You won't want to miss it. Hello again, summoners. We are once again on the Rift here for our third and final game, and our teams are once again going for a very standard 5 point. A little bit of some resident sleeper level ones here tonight, MxL?
Yeah, was almost expecting some cheeky level 1 shenanigans in the last game. This game as well. When you look at Braum, when you look at Sedge Leona, there's always a chance that some weird stuff can happen. Granted, Jarvan not too good at the level 1. Jinx in the same boat. LeBlanc, you don't want to be starting the chains, so I'm not too surprised that we're seeing the less than ideal 5 points, or definitely ideal, but less than fun 5 points coming out in this third game of the series.
Right. I knew what you meant. Looks like it is going to be that bot side start for both junglers once again. They're going to be pathing towards the top lane. I'm thinking Fiora Urgot may not be quite as volatile as Fiora Camille in those early levels, but still, you know, if one of these champions does end up getting an advantage, they can make the other one pretty miserable.
Yeah, definitely can be rough either way. I think, again, and this is just how Fiora works. If you're able to get a lead, it can be very, very hard to shut her down. I'm actually very excited with what the jungler for GVSU is looking to do here. Going for the solo camp, going from the red to the Gromp, potentially will be looking towards the blue, and Urgot is very, very susceptible to early ganks, so definitely like seeing this pressure coming out into the top side.
Yeah. He should arrive there before your Ranger, but that's Cookie getting locked up down here in bot lane.
Ooh.
Flash and heal burn from GVSU down here versus only the Ignite from Adam. So a little bit of a summoner spell advantage here for no good luck in the bot lane.
Yeah, and you'll take that any day of the week if you are Rare Adam, but here we go, the Jarvan's top lane.
There's that gank you were talking about there, MxL. We're looking at the bot lane right now first, as Cookie may be in a little bit of trouble here, as Knee is extremely low. He's down to about 100 HP. The dash in from Breakbone getting him down to just about one auto there, but the Urgot is going to be able to stay alive for now. Going to chug those health pots. And it looks like he's sticking around. He's going to try and farm up this wave. He does have his jungler also on the top side, but will Euphoria get there in time? Looks like actually the junglers are going to find each other out up there by the Krugs.
Yeah, should be seen. Good dodge on the ethereal chains coming out from Tamakaze as well. That is the one weakness of the Quirky, is if you are hit by that after the Valkyrie, this LeBlanc might be able to do a decent chunk of damage, but the pressure exerted by the top and mid lane do once again secure Suku. That's beautiful, beautiful top lane crab. We'll see if the decision is for the bot lane crab this time, as it has not been for the last two games, but I do hope to see that coming through shortly.
Yeah, we actually had a little bit of assistance from the side of GVSU in the client lobby there in terms of pronunciation. They were helping us out a little bit with the jungler's name there. It's Sakurukai, I believe, is actually how that one is said. So
yeah,
for future reference.
I'm still really bad at saying names, so we're gonna I'm gonna go with J4, but Rare Adam does find him out here.
Yeah. The man himself, he is caught out a little bit by his Raptor camp. He's stunned up, he's taken out, and Sakurukai is dead for first blood. It's no good luck striking first here in game 3, going into Bodhi's pocket there in the mid lane.
Yeah, and this is the one thing with LeBlanc. If she's able to start getting ahead, another champion that can be very difficult to shut down, very mobile, not a ton of dedicated lockdown for her either. So might be able to just roam free as the game progresses. Beautiful riposte top lane.
That was extremely nice from Breakbone, but he's taking a lot of damage. That's a big old minion wave, Fiora. You don't want to go for that fight right now, as she is going to have to flash away in the end. Took in a lot of damage from the minions there. Really in a bad spot now, as Knee is continuing to pressure up here in top lane.
Yeah, to go back to the early first blood, though, Jarvan in a very good spot to spot out that Rare Adam was looking for, that mid roam we've seen so frequently from this player.
Yeah.
Just holding the flag and drag a little too long, it felt like, didn't want to burn it early, and does end up paying with his life. So very good punish coming out from the support jungle. Once again, I mentioned this in the draft. These are the two players to look out for from the side of No Good Luck, and they are showing up huge in this third game early on.
Absolutely. Great call out there, MxL. Rare Adam and Euphoria Ranger are going to be critical here in securing this early game advantage for the team. As we mentioned it, they are able to take out that first neutral objective. Ocean Dragon secured for No Good Luck. And you mentioned actually earlier on in the series here, MxL, about how valuable that early Ocean Dragon can be here in laning phase.
Yeah, definitely a very potent Drake if you get poked out early on. It's just free regeneration in lane phase, which, as we all know, is one of the most fun things to try and deal with in the early game. So definitely a very powerful Drake to get early on, and any favorable trades can very slowly over time turn less than favorable as a result.
Certainly the case, as our early game this time around, it seems like it's been a little bit slower. We haven't seen quite as much bloodshed here. We're about 7 minutes in. Our 1 kill so far has been up there in that, or no, excuse me. Our 1 kill so far has been in the jungle when Jarvan got caught out by his Raptor camp. There was almost a kill in top lane, but Breakbone was able to hang on. As our man Sakurakai is able to finish off the red buff, takes over to level 5 there. Little bit behind Euphoria Ranger actually in the jungle here. He's about 20 CS, about 5 camps down on the Sejuani as Jinx gets stunned up underneath the tower there, forced to burn the flash on Rinyan. That could be pretty big.
Wow, and mid lane's getting a decent pressure.
But here comes, oh, Euphoria whiffs the Glacial Prison there. Oh, Tamikaze. Oh my goodness, Bodhi able to dodge out on the rock of some fancy feet. Has to burn the flash there, but able to pick up the kill onto his lane opponent. And now 2-0 on the LeBlanc.
Yeah, Tamikaze, for what feels like the first time this series, playing a little over-aggressive. I thought there was a little more in the tank.
No flash on the Jinx. He's in some trouble here. That's a flash forward from Pumbaa, but just in time, Rare Adam returns to bottom lane. He's able to lock up the enemy AD carry, and Rinyan stays alive.
Yeah, and that's just a little over-aggressive from the bottom lane of GVSU Silver. Pumbaa really saw the blood in their eyes. The Jinx, very juicy, very low, but the exhaust coming through, the tower shots coming through, Rare Adam even coming through, and just in the perfect position to respond there. So, very, very good bait from Rinyan, but a little excessive from Pumbaa.
Pro baits, for sure, yes. As Rinyan on the Jinx, he's off to a decent start. He's slightly ahead in CS, still hasn't died. The Jinx here is looking a lot better than it did in game number 1, when it was, of course, on the other side of the rift in the hands of Pumbaa. But Misfortune is the pick of the series, as Tamikaze, he's looking for a 2v1 play up here in top lane, and he will get the flash out of need. Urgot gonna have to burn the summoner spell there, and Breakbone is gonna have it off cooldown pretty soon here. Is gonna have flash advantage in this very tricky matchup for the Urgot. Rare Adam going for the Zenith Blade, gonna find it onto the Misfortune, but Pumbaa is level 6, has the bullet time locked and loaded, ready to go. Gonna throw it out here onto the Leona, but Rare Adam still gonna feel okay. He's still at about 50%. Bodhi on the LeBlanc gonna be able to distort over the wall, but here's Euphoria dashing in with the Arctic Assault, still holding on to the Glacial Prison when he decided to go for this one. Bodhi extremely low here. Tamikaze on the back line. He's going for the wrong one. He's gonna get locked up here for the Glacial Prison now. Euphoria Ranger landing the CC. The rocket is going to get out a little bit more damage, but it's not going to be enough kill going over to the No Good Luck jungler. Now knee to the nah. He's in a little bit of trouble up here in top lane. Going to get taken out by the Fiora. Euphoria tried to come in here for the rescue, for the turn on the play, but he was not in time to save his top laner. 1-for-1 overall. Solo laners going down.
Yeah, and we saw it there. The Urgot ultimate being hit with the riposte. Breakbone able to get the kill as a result of that in the top lane. Once again, doing very, very well on the Spear. Granted, a little slower than last game, but it's hard to top a level 1 kill for sure. Tamikaze, though, again, playing a little too far forward. And we saw Sakurakai trying to make something happen onto LeBlanc. Had a very good flag and drag early, but Euphoria Ranger just constantly in position to respond, holding a 2-level lead in the jungle right now. Just super, super strong on this Sejuani, and it's very, very hard to do anything against it.
Yeah, definitely the case here. Euphoria Ranger 1-0-2 so far. And look at that CES lead just continuing to grow in favor of the Sejuani here.
Oh, I like this. Breakbone.
Yeah, going for a cheeky rush play, hiding in the bush. Going for a little bit of a play onto knee here. The Urgot was full HP, so it is going to be tough to take him out, but he does get him down to 50% there with that play, Breakbone.
Also worth noting, a plated steel cap super, super strong against Urgot. Negates a lot of damage from that purge, just making sure that the less on-hit damage that it does is even less than that as a result of this item. So very good pickup.
This Fiora just wants to try and abuse the matchup here. Throwing out the riposte, but not going to find any CC here. Will it matter? Oh, neither the not finds the kill. It is going to be a 1-for-1 in top lane. Meanwhile, bot side, Dragon is going to go over to the side of no good luck. But what's this? The misfortune is going to fall. And now Cookie's in a lot of trouble. He doesn't really have any way out of this one. He's trying to get over the wall to flash away, but he's not going to be able to get there in time. 2 kills picked up in the bot side by no good luck, as well as the Dragon. It's 1-for-1 in top and across the map. It's no good luck with the decisive advantage.
Yeah, and this goes back to something I mentioned in the draft. Tamikaze, using the first package top lane, gets the flash out from Nita the Na, sure, but does not have access to that for a potential Drake fight. Then, without having the Corki, without having the Fiora even, we saw the play going towards top half. Very well played from Nita the Na, and a little bit of a misplay from Breakbone to end up dying there, sure, but it just was uncoordinated. The bot lane playing too far forward, too aggressive, and they end up paying for it with their lives.
Going for the Cataclysm now, Sakurukai looking for this kill under the block. Oh, what was that?
Oh.
Moni just outplays him, just styles on the enemy jungler, but he will get shut down by Tamikaze. That is a lot of gold going into the Corki's pocket. Breakbone now going mano a mano with knee up here, but he's got Corki waiting in the wings off in the river here. Breakbone decides to commit to the play, but it will be Nia playing a little bit safer, hanging back here, and he will not provide any openings for his opponents.
Oh yeah, but Breakbone now also dealing with the plated steel caps tax, so we'll be doing significantly less damage to the Urgot as a result. Still gonna be doing fine. Percent max health true damage is pretty rough to deal
So
with.
player coming down now. That's a lot of damage down onto Pumbaa. He's running out of HP. He's ignited. He's taken out. Bodhi claims the kill. Now Cookie trying to run away underneath the tower, but he's not going to be able to escape. Double kill for the no good luck mid laner. Bodhi 5-1.
And this is the strength of the LeBlanc. Granted, I mentioned the 1v1 against Corki, not necessarily the greatest for this champion, but there is no dedicated lockdown to shut her down, keep her down. Bodhi able to do so much work on this pick, and that teleport bot just accelerating the gold on this champion.
Yep, absolutely. A shutdowns right now on both the mid laner and jungler. Throwing out the Glacial Prison now. Euphoria Ranger looking for the kill. Breakbone dodges away from the Urgot ultimate. Throws out the riposte. A lot of damage down onto the Sejuani, but he's just barely able to about survive up there. They are able to get the kill on a Breakbone, and now looking at mid lane. Bodhi in some trouble. Going to get shut down by the Jarvan here, but Pumbaa taken out in the bot side. Rinyan, what is this? Rinyan in a 1v2, and he's winning. Looking for one more auto attack on Cookie. Can he find it? No, not quite. He's looking for the tower instead, but he's going to take out the tower, and then he's going to get the kill as well. Cookie, I don't know why you stopped running, man. You really just, you needed to keep running. Maybe he thought he was just dead regardless. As Sakurukai got to flash away from that Arctic Assault, and he's going to be able to keep himself alive, but will the Herald be able to get off the charge? Here comes the Solar Flare. Misses the EQ there. Sakurukai will be able to keep himself alive, but the Herald will not get the charge. And that is going to be Jarvan's play stifled in mid lane.
Yeah, and everything right now coming up in favor of no good luck. It is worth noting Tamikaze now sitting on the shield, though. Almost done with the tier as well. Once this Manamune is completed and upgraded, it's going to look very, very rough. Oh, that's unfortunate. Euphoria Ranger.
Steals with a blue buff from his mid laner there. I mean, as a jungler, I like, my first instinct is to be supportive, but realistically, you probably should have let LeBlanc have that.
Yeah, I think it was just damage over time ability, I think, from the jungle item passive. So honestly, it's just unlucky. It happens sometimes. Didn't look like it was intended to be stolen, but was taken away. This Jarvan's going to be caught.
Yeah. Well, Rare Adam actually is going to be the one who's on the retreat.
Bodhi walked
He
away.
only had LeBlanc in the area, yeah. So they didn't really want to go for the 2v2. Maybe they just didn't know if there were more GVSU members in the area. Not ready to commit to a fight at this time. As Cookie throwing out the Winter's Bite, but not going to find a mark just yet. Rinyan, maybe it's trouble here. Here comes the Cataclysm, but he's in the area. Tamikaze going in with the Valkyrie, with the package. Rinyan getting extremely low here, but Bodhi flies in to save the day. He's able to get the double kill once again here, and Urgot is able to clean up another one out of the jungler as well. 3 for nothing. No good luck in the mid lane. They're starting to run away with this one.
Yeah, and I mean, you knew that Urgot was in the area. You saw him running down from the top lane. You saw the Q come out into the Cataclysm, the Jarvan instantly falling, and it looked like that should have just been the disengage. Try and get out with your lives, but Tamikaze jumping in with the package gets exhausted on the way, and so not doing a ton of damage and not able to clean up anything. A very, very big fight for No Good Luck here, as now they surge ahead. 8,000 gold in the lead here, 17 minutes in. A very, very dominant showing in this third game of the series.
Yeah, absolutely here, MxL. And I do want to say, so, you know, for the benefit of our viewers here, anybody who may not know, the MxL division, there are 8 teams in the division, and these 2 teams that are on the Rift tonight are seeds 4 and 5. So, No Good Luck, I believe, is seed number 4. And the side of GVSU, yes, they are seed number 5. So this is theoretically, on paper, an extremely close matchup. But with these wins, with these 2 wins that the side of No Good Luck has been able to pull together here in game number 1 and game number 3, with these extremely strong, extremely dominant showings, they may be... Oh, we got a 2v2 breaking out here in top lane. Breakbone gonna be able to proc the Fiora ultimate, getting a lot of healing out from that, but I don't think it's gonna be enough. He's throwing out the riposte now, but it will not save him, as the Fear Beyond Death will secure the kill. Nee looking for more now. It's gonna be the Sejuani and Bodhi locking up that kill onto the enemy. 80 carried. Pumbaa is out of the fight once already, as Sakurakai gets absolutely shot all to high hell. Rinyan has absolutely no mercy, and he's looking for that mid lane tier 2 next.
Yeah, and it's going from bad to worse for GVSU, and No Good Luck making sure that they are putting their namesake onto the opposition, as everything seems to be going in their favor. 3 Drakes to 0, 4 turrets to 0, 20 kills, not to 0, but to 4, and 10,000 gold in the lead, 19 minutes in. There is a world in which the side of GVSU can come back, but with the way this game's been trending, it's looking so difficult to do.
Yeah, absolutely. It's looking pretty much out of their control at this point. I mean, of course, any game is winnable, but you really are, at this point, if you're on the side of GVSU, you are praying for a mistake to come out from your opponents. You really need them to provide you with some opportunities to come back into the game, because like you said, MxL, it's gonna be pretty much impossible at this point for them to really create them on their own.
Yeah, and it feels like right now Breakbone a little too far behind to try and sit in a side lane. Can't really deal with the Urgot too well at this point in the game. The Corki building into that Essence Reaver right now, which will be a massive damage spike, but I don't know if it's going to quite be enough. We'll have to rely on, I think, that 3-item spike to really get back on his feet. And I need to see that package used more effectively, because thus far, I've been very disappointed with some of these package usages.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
Adam?
Okay, yeah, Adam, look for the Zenith Blade over the wall here. Gonna find it on Breakbone. Breakbone dashing back over with the Fiora Q. He's gonna find Rinian in the jungle here, but the Jinx looks like she's gonna come out on top. Rinian able to find the kill. Now the Bolt Time is gonna come out. Jinx may be in some trouble, force a flash over the wall to keep himself safe, but Cookie is caught out a little bit here in the jungle. He's gonna get taken out as well. 2 for nothing so far, 3 for nothing. As a Super Mega Death Rocket secures 1 more. Rinian on a rampage, 6-0 and 6 on the Jinx. They're going to claim that top lane tier 2. Baron is next. And, you know, I may be guilty, MxL, of calling games a little bit early, but I have to feel like this one is all but over.
Yeah, this definitely should be a very, very potent Baron. If this does anything less than break the base, GVSU will be very happy with that outcome, but it looks very, very much like an uphill battle right now. What is that? 13,500 gold behind right now. Now it's sitting an extra turret down from where they were before. Drake's Soul spawning in 45 seconds, but Rare Adam caught out. Nobody home. This could be a big pick to get back in.
Nobody in the area. The Leona, fortunately for the side of No Good Luck, doesn't really have a shutdown or anything, so it is just going to be a small amount of gold back in the pockets of GVSU. But still, getting a pick is better than not getting a pick.
Yes.
So, you know, they're going to be happy with taking what they can here, as it looks like the side of No Good Luck, 4 of them alive, that is, are taking up positions in the river here. Going to clear out that vision and look to put themselves in possession of this Cloud Soul. Sakurai in the area has a Blast Cone to work with here. Could potentially go in with the Blast Cone, look for the steal, flag and drag out. That is the best case scenario for GVSU here, but it's getting absolutely shredded. He's not going to be able to get into the pit in time. Cloud Soul secured.
Yeah, that's something that's going to be very difficult to deal with against the likes of Urgot, Sejuani, Jinx, Leona, all these champions that want to get on top of you. That was funny.
Finds Jarvan in the Krug pit there. Me gonna pick up the rest of those, no problem. And now with this, Glacial, well, he's dead.
Yeah, tank, by
and
the way.
He's maybe dead. Oh, Mega Death Rocket didn't quite connect there. Rinian could not find it, dashing in now. Breakbone, look for the play, flashing forward, looking for the kill onto the Jinx. Can he find it? Yes, he can. One more auto attack. There's the shutdown onto the Fiora, but can the side of No Good Luck finish out the game anyways? Do they need their AD carry? Still 4 members strong. Gonna take out this mid lane inhibitor. What else can they get? Looks like they won't pressure any further for now. They do have a 4v4. It looks like they're gonna play for bot lane tier 2.
Yeah, it does seem to be the safer and smarter play. Playing for the tier 2, the Corki package out as well.
Jarvan, EQ forward, needs some trouble. Gonna get cataclysmed and shut down. Both time coming out as well. Bodhi in a little bit of danger here. Radam throwing out the solar flare. That's a nice riposte coming out from the Fiora. Sejuani on the retreat, trying to get out of here, but the Rockets will secure a kill onto the Leona. Tamikaze looking for a little bit more now. Bodhi going golden. He's not gonna save him. The auto attack, the Rocket will be good from Tamikaze. Picks up number 4. And now it's a 3 for nothing in favor of GVSU. It might be a little bit too little too late, but it is still something. Maybe they still have a chance.
Yeah, 13,000 gold lead has now just been decreased to just over 10,000. Yes, it's still a lot. It's still a ton to overcome, but it's a step in the right direction. Signs of life right now for GVSU. And this might have been that one mistake, that one misplay, that one overstay from No Good Luck to get GVSU back in. Granted, still a massive uphill battle, but if they end up winning this game, you can point directly to that last sequence of events as to a decent reason. Oh my gosh.
That was just a little bit BM from Rinian, able to secure the blue buff.
No.
He does have a level advantage here on the Jarvan as well, as that's a Zenith Blade connecting. Is he gonna get the Gromp as well? Jinx got the Gromp as well, and he got the kill onto the Jarvan. Sakurai, the only reason that he was in that jungle was to leash the camps for his opponent's AD carry.
Yeah, and after seeing Jinx there, you know how much stronger than you she is. Using the flag and drag onto the Gromp is just way, way, way too greedy. Gets punished and is off the map for 20 seconds. Glacial Fissure gonna go wide, unfortunately, but that could maybe have actually been a decent window to look. Really like the attempt there from Cookie.
Yeah, maybe if he'd jumped forward to a minion first, could have tried to cut off the escape route for the Jinx there, but was not able to find it. And now Rinyan is just hanging around. He's going to continue the offensive on the turret there, and he's able to take up that top lane tier 3 uncontested. So if they're going out now, Breakbone looking for a play onto the Jinx, going to be able to dash over the Flame Chompers, but cannot close the distance. And now this 4-man squad from No Good Luck, they're going to rotate down towards this bot lane, I imagine. Look to take out that last inhibitor turret.
Yeah, no Baron available for them, so maybe enough wave clear coming out from Corki at this stage. Currently sitting on 2 items. Did delay that Essence Reaver a little longer, but once that comes in, could be a big spot. Rare Atom might be caught here.
Yeah, he is in a little bit of trouble. Going to get locked in by the Cataclysm, and he has nowhere to go. Taken out by Pumbaa. It's actually the Misfortune's first kill of the game here, MxL. Misfortune did so well in our first 2 games of the evening, but here in game number 3, has not found that same success.
Yeah, game 2 looked a little more supportive in terms of the KDA, but definitely was not lacking in the damage department this time around. It's hard to play an immobile AD carry against a LeBlanc. Who would have guessed? I understand that pain all too well, but yeah, Pumbaa getting a big kill on to this Misfortune. Again, we mentioned before, it's just the 300 gold. You're not getting a shutdown. You're not getting a ton off of it, but that's 300 gold you didn't have before, and that is one step closer. That is a little bit more power into a champion when you are this far behind. You'll take that every single time.
Yeah, absolutely can mean a lot. Just, being able to take one of your opponents off the map can alleviate so much pressure, as that is a flash out from the Jarvan. Very necessary use of that summoner spell. You would have surely been dead otherwise. Once again, getting caught out in his own jungle. Looking for those camps, trying to keep farming. But that is not your jungle anymore, Jarvan, I'm sorry to tell you. As it is going to be Baron number 2 for No Good Luck this game. Breakbone off here on the sideline, looking for a solo kill onto Knee here. The Fiora still extremely advantaged here in the 1v1, and the Braum.
Oh no.
There was no riposte available for Breakbone. He didn't save it for the Urgot ultimate, and he gets solo killed by Knee to the Nah.
Yeah, and that's not what you want to see here. This Fiora, if that riposte comes through on to that ultimate, it could really just have turned the tide of this game. Baron was taken, but if you're able to trade, potentially, if you're able to take down the Urgot, rather, you're able to contest at this Elder Drake. The package is available, but no Fiora means this Drake should just be a free one for No Good Luck. They're all bush cheesing right now.
Teleport. Fiora has teleport. She's alive in 10 seconds. Sakurai zoned out of the pit. Oh my goodness.
Just dead.
He's getting solo killed by Bodhi. And you don't have a smite anymore, so this is pretty much a done deal now. Bodhi is maybe in some trouble, but the Solar Flare comes out, locks with Kamikaze, and now the Elder Dragon will get the kill. The lasers rain down, and it will be No Good Luck who take the first win here in the Style Esports Round 1 playoffs.
Oh my goodness, a very big statement coming out in this third game. Rare Atom gifting over 2 kills in the later stages for sure, but very good performance coming out. Another kill under the tower, and this should, like you said, be the series in favor of No Good Luck. Needs to not just getting friendly with the turret as well, and a very, very strong showing from No Good Luck in this third game.
I didn't call it early this time. It really was the end. Yeah, definitely a strong performance here from No Good Luck. They did fall in that second game, but still. And the games they won, it was very, very dominant.
Yeah, very, very strong showing in games 1 and 3 in particular. Nita the Na looked very strong on the Camille game 1. Had a little bit of a rougher showing in game 2 for sure, but, Fiora gap, I guess. The champ's just really good into Camille. Game 3, though, picks the Urgot, pulls it out, makes sure that it's known that this champion is super strong on Knee to the Na. Bodhi, as much as I was like, I don't necessarily like the LeBlanc pick, made it work very well. I mean, in fairness, it's very hard to lock her down with the composition, so I definitely understand it. Definitely made me eat my words a little bit. And Rinyan, looking back to game 1 and saying, I saw your Jinx into MF, let me do it a little better this time.
Yeah, Rinyan 9-1-9 that game. Really making that Jinx Leona lane look good.
Yeah, it's definitely a decent pick, it seems, especially when you take away the Leona Misfortune combination. And Cookie's Braum looked okay, but definitely looked a lot less comfortable than on the Leona we saw from the first 2 games.
I agree for sure. In theory, the Braum should be a good matchup into the Leona, and I don't really think laning phase was a problem for them down there in the bot side, but yeah, I definitely agree. He didn't look quite as comfortable.
Yeah, and I think Pumbaa looked a little shaky in the, I'd say all 3 games tonight. I think the second game still looked solid, right? But Tamikaze, I think, was a very pivotal player in the first 2 games. Looked like that was definitely the win condition for GVSU. And game 3, just playing a little too aggressive, giving LeBlanc a little too much early, and Bodhi just took it and ran away with that game.
Yeah, definitely. So we are in playoffs now. I know here in the Style League, we don't usually do player game interviews or anything like that. But is playoffs different? And I know you're not, a very seasoned producer here in the Style League either. But what do you think?
I don't think we have any lined up for today, as far as I'm aware. We have done them in the past, but nothing quite lined up for today, from my understanding.
Yes, it's not standard. I was just wondering. But yeah, it was definitely some fun games tonight here, guys.
Well, Adam just messaged me. Oh boy.
What did Adam say?
I got an interview for you. Okay. Well,
let's do it, man.
I guess we're getting Adam in, maybe, or maybe one of Adam's teammates. We'll see what ends up happening.
Before we start the interview here, MxL, I want to get your thoughts. Who would you give Player of the Series?
I mean, it's hard to say for me, because I think Adam looked really good in games 1 and 3, had a really, really bad game 2, and I think the same can be said for Knee to the Na. Euphoria Ranger looked good in all 3 games. Bodhi, I'm trying to remember game 2. Rise, Syndra. Yeah, Syndra was okay. Rinyan, Jin. Yeah, I mean, I'd probably have to say it's Euphoria Ranger. Just looked the most consistent over the course of all 3 games. Looked very, very strong and comfortable on the Sejuani as well. The Vi in game 1 was dirty as all hell. Game 2, it looked solid. It couldn't quite get off the ground, and we mentioned the compositional issues in that first game, or in the second game rather. But even with that, looked pretty solid across all 3 games tonight.
Yeah, absolutely, MxL. And here's kind of my perspective, my opinion on specifically games where they're one-sided, like what we saw tonight, where both, honestly, all 3 games were pretty one-sided. Of course, game 2 was in favor of GVSU Silver, but 1 and 3 were very much in control by the side of No Good Luck, pretty much from start to finish. And when games are one-sided like that, I find that usually you can look towards the jungler and the support as well, but mostly the jungler for being able to control the map, control those neutral objectives. And I definitely agree. I think Euphoria Ranger, like you said, had a very consistent performance and enabled his team to really come through in those mid-game fights, and he really set them up for success.
Yeah, I mean, even in this game in particular, we saw a lot of attention drawn from Euphoria Ranger just into wherever it looked like Sakurai was looking. I'm looking at specifically all of the mid fights. Anytime it seemed like Tamikaze was trying to go in on Bodhi, it just ended with a Sejuani there. There was some response coming in. Like, it looked so good, so strong from this mid-jungle duo. And Euphoria Ranger, again, just playing really well across the entire night.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm just getting word. It seems like we're not gonna be able to make that interview happen here tonight, unfortunately, guys. But please do not worry too much, because there is still plenty of other content for you to enjoy here. Not only will the playoffs be continuing in this coming weekend, but also we're going to have the plunge going live here on the stream in just a few minutes, around 11:15 Central Time, I believe. That one is going to start up. So lots of stuff for you guys to enjoy.
Wow, yeah, I think Adam just said it's 13 minutes away, so maybe it's 11:15 Eastern, but we'll see. Hopefully it will be going up shortly after we end the broadcast here, but a very dominant showing in those two games from the side of No Good Luck, and even in some of their losses, it seemed like GVSU had a lot of life, had a lot of fight left in them, even from so far behind. So very good series to see on the night.
Yeah, absolutely. And remember, guys, it is double elimination here in the playoffs. So GVSU, they're not out of it. GVSU Silver is going to have the opportunity to continue the fight here in the losers bracket. They will have a chance to make a run and maybe even win it all if they can get all the way to the final. But still a lot of League of Legends to play before anything like that can happen. But it definitely was a fun series tonight. We should have the plunge coming on pretty shortly here. But I think that's pretty much going to do it for us over here on the caster desk. MxL, do you have any more thoughts about tonight's series?
That's all I've got for you tonight.
Wonderful. Well, from myself, from the entire production crew here at Style Esports, thank you guys so much for watching. We really appreciate you all. We do have that Patreon as well that I'll go ahead and shout out here. It's going to enable us to continue making as wonderful content as we possibly can for you guys. So be sure to check that out if you can. But from myself and from MxL here, thank you guys and have a great night. Be sure to stay tuned for the plunge going live in just a short while.